That's the way we like to kick her off. Howdy, everybody. I'm Bob Tallman, along with Boyd Paul Amos and Andy Seiler. Excitement, we've got it. Championship Saturday, $2.14 million, the greatest cowboys and the greatest stock in the world.
And let me tell you something, Bobby T, you see it in every contest, but I'm going to go to the bull riding, where the sexy conversation would probably be, is Stetson Wright going to win $100,000? Is Sage Kimzey going to win it for the third time? I would say this: if you haven't been watching Parker Bredding ride, you've missed it. He is the star to watch. As a matter of fact, he was 89 points in round 3 of his Super Series. This is a bull called Midnight Special, and he twisted him like he owned him. But that wasn't enough. Back in semifinal 1, this bull's name, Farmers Only. And those two went on a date for 91 points. And I'm telling you, Parker Bredding, the 2018 Rodeo Houston champion, is going to be in the conversation.
Okay, well, I guess I'm the fish that's going to catch the shiny thing, all right? That's me. Stetson Wright. I'm looking for this guy to try and win $100,000. He's here in the saddle bronc riding and the bull riding, but I think the toughest test is going to be the bull riding. Test him? Why don't you? He's already got a gold buckle in the bull riding, and here he was 92 points back in his Super Series competition. But the reason no one has ever won $100,000 here at Rodeo Houston, you have to ride 4 animals to get that done. That's the toughest test of all.
You just stole my rebuttal.
All right.
Let's go down to the arena floor to Patty Smith.
Thank you so much. Yes, I am down here on the star stage where Brad Paisley will be performing in just a couple of hours, and I also have my eyes on a Rodeo Houston athlete, and that is the 2-time reigning barrel racing champion, Nellie Miller. She is also a 2017 world champion, a 5-time NFR qualifier, and it was this Super Series 5 round 1 14.6 ride that sent her to the semifinals, where she ultimately came here to the finals. Now, she looks to become only the 2nd barrel racer since the Super Series final format began to win it 3 times in a row. She's going down towards the bottom, the 8th one out, so she will know pretty much exactly what she needs to do to walk away with that $50,000 check, guys.
Thank you, Patty. That's right. She tried to join Nancy Hunter as the only person to win the Super Series championship 3 years in a row. Let's start, though, at the other end with the Cowboys in the tie-down roping presented by Boot Bar. The measuring stick, of course, is who won it the last time we were here, and that was Michael Otero. He used this win at Houston along with a win at San Angelo, combine those 2 big checks to make it to his first national finals. But you have world champions in Jarrett and Cooper. You also have past Houston champion in Tyler Milligan. Chad Mayfield is a world champion as well, and that's where we start.
The #1 man in the world who qualified out of the wild card with an 8.9, Chad Mayfield. 3 trips to the national finals rodeo for the youngster. Draws a good cab, now has to try and leave him standing. Nope, pick him back up. Quickest 4 times will advance. Come on, Chad. He will set the pace for everyone else to follow with an 8-3.
How fast would he been if that calf was still standing at the end of that rope?
7-7.
7-8, 7-9. It makes all of the difference in the world, and everybody wants to try to keep him up. Big John Douch, if there's a wild card in the bunch, this would be the guy from right up the road at Huntsville. He's only an hour from home. The protege of Joe Beaver. He's got a younger brother that ropes as good as he does. He's currently 15th in the PRCA World Standings. Went to the NFR last year in the 15th place. Boy, he ended up 4th. Did he make a come on or what?
Well, he just watched Chad Mayfield set it with 8-3. We need 7s, Johnny D. Let's go get one. Yes!
There you go, boys.
How about it for your Walker County Cowboy from Huntsville, Texas? Coming off his first trip to the national finals. He's just 24 years old, folks. Can you imagine what a win at Houston would do for John Douch? Oh, that would be awesome.
That sure make Joe Beaver proud, too. Iowa, Louisiana's Zach Youngblood. 7-7 does not scare this man. He was 7-6 in semifinals. #1. Spit it out.
There's a lot of S's in there.
It is. It's a
Super
lot of
Series
S's.
Semifinal.
All of it.
But it all makes sense.
Speaking of S's, he won Spanish Fork and Sykeston. Let's just keep piling them on.
Bobby T picked him for Patty one time, and he paid off.
Oh, Louisiana, will you hurry? 1, 2, get out of there.
All right, I got a question to ask you two experts. So we get an 8 flat. Now we're into this 3 runs. We got 7-7, 8 flat, 8-3. No one's done a wrap and a hooey yet. Everybody has taken 2 wraps, 1, 2, and then the knot. How long before we start seeing guys doing just a wrap and a hooey in order to advance? Because these times are blistering right now.
Well, as people are watching, we're on a football field in NRG Stadium in Houston. If you've got to travel 2 strides farther, that might get you to a wrap and a hooey.
This guy is one of only 2 guys that can win Rodeo Houston twice. That's right. Him and Tyler Milligan are both past champions. Ryan Jarrett, world champ. Calf kick free. That's the danger of doing it. Calf's got to stay tied as the cowboy heads back to his horse. And so that's the first bump on the road today with Ryan Jarrett, the 2015 Rodeo Houston champ. Only him and Tyler Milligan are in these 10 that have previously won Rodeo Houston. The thing about Ryan at 38, him and Hunter are kind of the veterans here, 38-37.
All right, Andy, will he go wrap and a hooey? Will he make any mistakes? His father was one of the greatest men on the ground, the great Roy Cooper.
I think it depends on the calf for Tough. Hard-running calf, he's going to have to try a wrap and a hooey. Calf standing when he gets there. This young man can handle him on the ground very well. 7 and 9, and that puts Cooper in the number 2 spot. And now our cut line is Mayfield.
There's your wrap and a hooey. There's your 1 wrap around all the legs in the knot. Watch, string the front leg, 1 wrap around all of them, and then the knot around the back 2, and it's paying off for Tough Cooper. But I'm here to tell you, folks, we all know Tough Cooper, Ryan, Jarrett, Shad, Mayfield. This next cowboy is the youngest cowboy of the day. He's the youngest cowboy you're going to watch from all the events. He's 20 years old. He's 6'2" and 185 pounds. Number 4 in the world, Kincaid Henry. Went to college at Panola. Got to get that calf up. Come on, Kincaid. Wrap, knot. And at 9 and 2, too long.
Yeah, too long. Too long. We're 8-3 on the bottom with Chad Mayfield. Youngblood still might have a chance at 8 flat. As we go to Ty Harris. Now, he's number 7 in the world standings. That right now is not on his mind. When we get through with April and May out west in California, he's 3 times been to the big show in Vegas, past Resist All rookie. San Angelo, the calf roping capital of the world is where he comes from. Yeah, you got to be 8-2. He's gone a long ways. Well, this horse worked good last night. Again today, but it was just kind of a fumble and a fall once he got a hold of him.
Well, I'm here to tell you that Ty did everything he could to try and keep this calf up. Watch him handle his slack right there. He holds it with his right hand to try and make sure that calf is still standing, but just a couple of little bobbles on the tie, and that 9 and 8 for Ty. Shad Mayfield is still on the bubble.
Well, there's Shad. He looks really concerned about it, doesn't he? He's checking his Facebook right there. You know, some guys handle pressure like that. They're like, you know what? I'm not going to watch. I'm just going to let everybody do their thing. If I advance, I advance. So if you're Hunter Heron, you got to be 8-3 or faster. Heron is 37 years old, a Northwestern Oklahoma State University grad, an 11-time NFR qualifier. 6 foot tall, 175 pounds, and this one has eluded him. Not many things have eluded Hunter Heron in his career. Oh, he's going to reset his horse. Here we go. Keep the Feet on the ground, horse looking at the calf. There's the knife, calf breaks, horse breaks, Hunter. 2 swings, down he goes, get the Charlet up, grab, string, and tie. No, had to be 8-3, and he's 8-4.
A moment ago when you said that, it seemed so simple to understand it. All you have to do is be 8-3. Remember, they've selected the best calves out of 5 Super Series, 2 other rounds, and a wild card to come back for that. That 8-4, that'll scare him. All right up the road in Cameron, Texas. Mr. Cox is ready.
Has to be more than 8-3. Right now, John Douch and Tough Cooper are guaranteed to advance. If Blaine Cox wants to throw his name in the mix, he has to be quicker than 8-3. 28 years of age, qualified to the National Finals Rodeo back in 2016. Cameron, Texas native. Come on, Blaine. Good catch. Calf standing when he gets there. One little bobble. That's okay. Keep hustling. 8.6. He's 0.3 of a second too long. That's it.
So let's go to a former Rodeo Houston champion who was the last guy to go. And we asked him, does it help to be the last guy in the order tonight?
It definitely helps, but for me, I just kind of try to make my run. But if you're last, you do have a little advantage. You know what you got to do, or if you got to press, or if you don't, you just got to catch.
So he knows he's got to press a little. 8-3 for the 2018 Rodeo Houston champion. He's the last guy remaining who could repeat as a champion out of the tie-down roping. There's Shad, rope can over his left shoulder, knowing that he's in if Tyler Milligan is longer than 8-3. They said you're out, and he stuck this calf. Oh, got over him a little bit. Come on. 7-9. Shad, the world champ, has been kicked to the curb. Zach Youngblood of Louisiana is going to hold on to that bottom spot with an 8 flat. Oh, and there was so much that could have been problematic about this run, but he managed to survive it. He'll tie with Tough Cooper. This is a pretty impressive field moving on to the Final 4, and Milligan is one of them.
Quite interesting when you go back. We saw yellow calves, red bally calves, black calves. This a big John Douch. Ended up with the fastest run of a 7-7, and he was up to the top. I do believe that might have put a little pressure on these guys. Rapping a hooey. Did it hold? Did it not? Hunter. There's Chad. He goes, oh, he just got me. His horse said, come on, let's go home.
It came down to the last tie-down roper to see who would advance to the Final 4, and that young man will be there. It's John Douch of Huntsville. Milligan trying to repeat. Tough Cooper and Zach Youngblood all going on to our Final 4. Thank you to Boot Barn for sponsoring the tie-down roping.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top competitors in each of our 7 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. When they conclude, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from the semifinal round get one more chance. They go to our wild card. And the top 2 from the wild card also make it to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $50,000. And that's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
Get ready for the bareback riding. Coming up next.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly.
It's been an awesome year, and a big heartfelt thank you goes out to Bally Sports Southwest for streaming and broadcasting every performance of Rodeo Houston. Now keep in mind, even though the rodeo's over, keep your eyes on their channel because they'll rebroadcast several of our championship events. So stay tuned to Bally Sports Southwest.
Captions are available on your mobile device. You can find them at rodeohouston.com/captions. I think she was just looking at, oh, that's not a caption.
You just got busted telling us we're number one. A little cotton candy never hurt anybody. The pink kind or the blue kind. It tastes good at Rodeo Houston. The Bareback Bronc Riding and the top 10 are about to battle it out. Compliments of the red, white, and blue of Chevron. He's not with us today. He got bumped out of the wild card last night, but the 6-time champion of the world, the 5-time champion of Rodeo Houston, will be looking on to watch his friend Tilden Hooper, the NFR champion Jesse Pope, the young gun Rocker Steiner has a rematch from Denver. Should be interesting.
We'll start with one of 4 Texas residents in the bareback riding. Chad Rutherford of Hillsboro, Texas. Zulu Warrior from the Calgary Stampede. They've been 86 and 85 on this horse this winter. Oh boy, I can't wait to see what we've got for Chad. Speaking of 85, he's been 85 points here twice. Now he's going to do it for a 3rd time. 85 for Rutherford, and he sets the bar.
All right. I want to go to Will Lowe for a minute. We asked him how he was feeling today for the finals, how he's riding so great. He told us a few changes. We asked him, what are they?
I broke out new rigging the first day of my pool. I've been sitting on it for a while, and I probably should have broke it out at the end of last year, probably. But yeah, new rigging, and it's feeling good. So we'll just keep rolling with it.
Keep rolling with it, old Blue Eyes. 550 pounds, folks. You're looking at a 15-time NFR qualifier, a 3-time world champion, and a horse that they mark with numbers that mean you could be as many as 90 points on this horse. Remember, they marked the horse on a scale of 1 to 25 for how hard he is to ride. So with 2 judges, the total points would be 50. This horse is averaging 45 and a half. It comes from Pete Carr Pro Rodeo. It's called Night Faded. So you got a Texas cowboy on a Texas bucking horse trying to win Rodeo Houston. He's a 2-time Super Series champ. Or Super Shootout. Woo! Look at this. Willie!
Wow. I don't think I've seen Pete Carr rear up like that in the last 20 years.
A lot of power from that big paint horse. Wonder if that horse goes back to Night Jacket. I mean, it looks a lot of the same paint markings, but a great job by Willie, staying in the middle and continuing to spur. 88 points, and the former Houston champ is in the game.
Oh, it would be special to see him cart out of here with that $50,000 check. Bob, this guy was the first guy out last night in the wild card, and he capitalized.
Well, he did. He was 86 points. We're talking about Jacob Lees from Caldwell, Idaho. He's got a Calgary Stampede horse today. He is one of the representatives of Greg Rhodes' college team at WTC, Western Texas College. Now, they were 89 points on this horse in Fort Worth the other day. Agent Links. There's another duck and a dive. Boys, you just watched it. Oh, it's a handful.
Oh, no.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, if you don't turn loose, he's going to kick him loose. You got to remember the name. Remember the name Jacob Lees. That boy's done so well.
Yeah, he's only 25, and he's just getting started making a name for himself. Now, let's go to a 6'1", 155-pound cowboy that just finished his 3rd appearance at the National Finals Rodeo. You talk about college rodeo programs. As Jacob talks it over with Binion, this guy's a Blue Mountain Community College kid. Another Calgary Stampede bucking horse that went to the national finals last year called Yippee Kibitz. Clayton Bigelow was 89 on this horse in Fort Worth. We've seen 88 and 85. As this 31-year-old veteran, a 13-year pro.
Go!
There's the swoops and the moves, but RC stays in the middle, staring straight down the mane. Folks, there's only one way to describe this ride as our pickup men Gary Rempel, Matt Twitchell, Chase Serby, and Randy Britton move in. Look how he stares straight down the mane of that horse. He is never off center throughout the ride. How about this number? 89 points, RC.
Those yellow chaps are getting him a lot of green cash to put away.
Indeed they are. Boyd just mentioned a college champ. That's RC. Here's a man that won it back-to-back, once for the College of Southern Idaho and once for Panhandle State University in Oklahoma. This is Orrin Larson. He was 86 on this horse, Guardian Angel at Fort Madison last year. National Finals bucking horse from the Serbies. Sorrow horse stays close to the bucket, shoots. Orrin is using him all the way to the whistle. Wow. We are going to get another good number as we look for what's on the bubble. And when you throw Orrin in the mix, it is very, very interesting because right now an 84 for Orrin Larson becomes our number 4 score. Mention it, you're going to have to earn it.
All right, Bobby T, how about this 18-year-old kid? I said earlier that Kincaid Henry was the youngest. I lied. This is the youngest.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the new sensation, Rocker. Rocker. You don't even have to say Steiner, but you might as well, because the Steiner name is a dynasty. This is a rematch from Denver. He was 88 points on this paid horse. Look at him. Got to be 84 or better, no problem. Rocker, the whistle blew 5 jumps ago.
He's got to be more than 84 points to advance. He throws the neck rope off, but folks, Rocker is rocking on in H-Town. You're going to love this score. 91 points for the 18-year-old who is living life large.
And now Orrin Larson will congratulate Rocker as he is gone. Garrett Shadbolt of Merriman, Nebraska, drove 18 and a half hours to get in semifinal number 2, and now he's matched up with Rose Valley. They've been 88 points on this horse here. That was Will Lowe. This guy qualified to his first National Finals rodeo last year. Won the title in Rapid City back in February. They were 87 points on this same horse at the Dixie National. Let's see what Garrett Shadbolt can do. Big swoop. Is that right foot spurred over the neck? May have done it with the left foot too.
Well, there's, whoa, and his hand pops out of the rigging at the very end. Folks, give credit where credit's due, and this bucking horse is a bucking horse from Big Rafter. Watch his leg go over the neck of the horse. That hurts with your ability to continue your spurring motion. And Garrett needed to be 86 to bump Chad Rutherford. He's 83. So right now, Rutherford of Hillsboro, Texas is the guy who is sweating everybody else with 3 Cowboys to go. As we have a 91, 89, 88, and 85, Steiner is guaranteed to advance.
All right, let's go to a former Resist All rookie. The wild card winner from last night, the champion at Tucson 2 weeks ago. From Waverly, Kansas, Jesse Pope. Red Zilla from the Pete Carr Rodeo Company. Now this is a sorrel mare, NFR of course. I don't think Pete Carr wants to own one that hasn't been. This horse came from the High-Low Rodeo Company. That was one of the 10 that he gave $1 million for 10 head of horses. And I know Pete Carr knew what he was buying when he wrote that check. Now they've marked this horse as high as 24.5 out of 25. Average 45 points. It's a fucking son of a gun.
But this man can ride bareback horses. Two-time NFR average champ is going for the go round. He just does everything so correct. A horse like that is so heavy on your hand can sometimes lull you to sleep and pull you over the front. But Jesse's able to keep setting those feet each and every time. Horse stays close to the chutes. 89 points for the Pope. The prayer is answered.
Look at your top four, 91, 89, 89, 88. 87 doesn't get a prayer out of this deal.
There's Chad Rutherford. He just got bumped. Doggone it, Chad. But you got bumped by some stars. There's no doubt about that, buddy. There's some big names that put you in the number 5 spot. Let's see if Cole Reiner can bump Will Lowe. Will's next up on the chopping block at 88. Reiner is 23 years young. He won Fort Madison, Pikes Peak or bust. Here he is on William Wallace. RC won around on this horse. William Wallace has the glass eye, and Cole Reiner has a goal of 88 points. They split round 4 with an 87, and he's going to end up too shy. 86 for Cole, and it all comes down to the guy with the mane.
Talking about the mane over the top of his ears. Second longest hairdo, but different than Robert Steiner's. This would be the one and only Tilden Hooper, college champion. Boy, nice to brag on him on that. He just won $100,000 at the American. Now he lives up near Weatherford, Texas. But the Gander Goose, they were only 84 points on this horse at Denver, and right now that's not going to do a whole lot for you.
Let me tell you, if Tilden has a Tilden day and Gander Goose has a Gander Goose day, none of these 88 through 91s are safe.
Yeah, this horse usually changes a lot of direction, and if you're not careful, he can pull you over the front with the best of them.
Hard to ride, a little tough to track.
Tilden knows all about him. He knows when to pull the spurs out of his rigging bag that said, let your feet get electric. Here you go, Texas. Reach. Come on, buddy.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
You're good.
Come on.
Hoop, hair or not, you're one of our heroes. That horse got the dirty jump to the right, back to the left. Not easy, boys.
I'm just wondering if those first 2 jumps kind of got him out of whack. He had to recover from there. A great score at 86, but it is not going to be enough for Rodeo's Fabio. It is just a little short for Tilden Hooper today. You had to be more than 88 points as the horses lick their lips to do their job.
Cowboys slap their faces, and then the veteran puts on a show. You got to beat him to the ground with your feet. And the longer your spur stroke, the more points you're going to be. And sometimes your rigging lets you go when you need it to hold on, and sometimes it holds on when you need it to let go. Either way, when you're winning in Houston, you are one excited human. And when you're Will and Rocker, that's when the new gun meets the old gun in our Final 4. Stack them up. Rocker Steiner at 18 years of age is going to win it. R.C. Landingham, 31. Jesse Pope, 24. And then, of course, the veteran Willie Lowe at 39. Chevron brought you the Bareback Bronc Riding.
More rodeo action with the Team Ropers coming up next.
Hey, rodeo fans, join today's Chick-fil-A Houston Selfie Race. 3 lucky fans will battle it out across Houston, making their way to the finish line right here in NRG Stadium. Here's how to play. Step 1, take a selfie, and here's the best way. Step 2, upload your selfie on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag Rodeo Houston. The race will take place in just a few minutes, so send in your selfies now.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, our official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
Everybody look at the big screen because we love seeing you on it. Smiles and blue eyes everywhere. It is a perfect day outside NRG Stadium. The temperatures in the mid-70s during the day, the mid-50s at night. As beautiful as outside, it's equally beautiful on the inside because of the competition you've been enjoying through our first 2 events. Team roping is the next contest, brought to you by Mrs. Baird's and KHOU 11. Our reigning champs, Ty Blasingame and Kyle Lockett. Lockett has switched partners and has a chance to repeat. There are tons of world championships represented in this lineup, and the world standings are going to change in the PRCA when it's done because we only have 3 teams that are ranked in the top 20 in the world, and once we pay out Houston, that's going to change.
Let's start with one of those teams, Junior D's and Levi Lord. Levi won this rodeo back in 2017. They currently sit number 9 in the world standings. But the head loop does not go on, and those standings will change in a negative way for this team. No time for Junior and Levi.
Veterans. Veterans means that you've got tenure, you've done this for a while. Clay Tryon in the black shirt on the right of your screen. 19 times he's been to the big show. 3-time a world champion. Houston, they've got a buckle that says 2016. He and Jake Long are one of those 3 teams Boyd and Andy referenced to being in the top 20. Jake Long comes from Coffeyville, Kansas. All you MONTANA rodeo fans from Montana, here is the master from Billings.
He won it with Jade Corkle back in 16.
Yes, sir.
Now he's trying to get one with Jake Long. Both legendary healers. Tryon has 19 trips to the national finals under his belt. There you go.
It gets pretty.
Perfect. All right, we like that. 5-1. Question is, will it be enough? It's tough to say with 8 more teams to go, but I'd rather be Clay and Jake than Junior and Levi. Let's put it that way. Turn to 2 brothers. You know, they went through their semifinal, and they won semifinal 1 with a 4.9 second run. Riley and Brady Minor. The brothers have roped together at the national finals 10 times together. Younger. Did that steer turn left about the same time Riley threw his rope?
I don't know.
If he does, take him out of the draw. Okay?
No, see, watch. Just about the time he throws his rope, the steer ducks left.
No, I don't think so.
You don't? And how come his rope went to the right, Bob?
Because he threw it over there.
That's sound logic, Bob.
Sound logic. You witnessed it. Curry Kirchner and Austin Rogers. Prairie Circuit champions from Oklahoma.
Right now, we only have 1 clean time. 5-1 is our only clean time. There we go. 5-6. 5-6 now, 2 clean runs with 6 more to go. I like our chances with Tyler Wade and Trey Yates. Texas and Colorado
They got out of the semifinals last night with a 4.7 run. 4-5 won the wild card.
Yes, sir. A long reach from Tyler.
So you've got, we're 5 in, halfway through the top 10. 2 qualified times and 3 no times. 5-1 and 5-6. I don't think it changes the strategy for Caleb Driggers and Junior Nogueira. I still think when they look at Kobe, Aaron, Clay, and Tanner, they know they're still going to have to be fast to advance. So this is the reigning world champions, folks. Caleb Driggers, after 9 trips to the national finals, finally got that gold buckle that we all knew he earned and deserved. Junior Nogueira won his 2nd gold buckle. He's the 2016 all-around champion of the world, 2021 world champion healer, the Brazilian, on the left of your screen. Oh, it went on. Nogueira cleans it up. 5 and 3 will bump them into the number 2 spot. And now they have to sit back and sweat.
5-1, 5-3, 5-6. Let's put somebody in the 4th position. Could be Colby Lovell and Shea Carroll. Together, they've been to the NFR 10 times for the Wrangler NFR. You're looking at the man on the right of your screen, Colby Lovell, as a world champion in the year of 2020. Got a college champion, Shea Carroll, on the far side. Lives up north. Whoa, he reached a mile.
Had to, Bob. That steer was running like he was in the Kentucky Derby. I mean, that steer was getting it. Look at this steer go. And he was getting so far away that he had to take a shot. The world champ did. By the way, Shea won this rodeo with Charlie Crawford a few years back, as we go to a guy, Andy, that's trying to repeat.
That's Kyle Lockett, the healer. He won this rodeo back in 2019. The header, Aaron Senegini, 2015 world champ. Nearly $2.5 million between these two in earnings. 12 trips to the national finals rodeo, 3 for Aaron, 9 for Kyle. They've been as fast as 4 and 8 back in their Super Series. They were 5 and 9 to advance from semifinal number 2. Long reach from Aaron. Kyle puts it out there, but we broke the barrier. 10-second penalty for leaving a little too early on the head side, but that gives us our cut line.
Yeah, they're at least 4th right now. And with Bobby T, we've seen stranger things happen.
Oh, yeah.
We've only wrote 4 of 8.
Would a 15 get you qualified for the short round of 4? Sure could. Clay Smith, Jade Corkle. Folks, world champions, Houston champions, Oklahoma and Fallon, Nevada. My old home country, 5-5. There goes Senegini and Lockett. 5-5 moves into 3rd. There's one team to go. The worst they could win is 4th.
So they're guaranteed to move on. So right now your cut line is Kirchner and Rogers with a 5 and 6. So Tomlinson and Smith, the 21-year-old header, and the 42-year-old 2-time world champion healer, Patrick Smith, have to be quicker than 5 and 6 if they want to move on. Long reach from Tanner, and they will not. A no time for Tomlinson and Smith. And that will end their campaign this year at Rodeo Houston.
Well, it was money or mud in the team roping as you watch it today. They all rode in here with the same opportunities. There was only 2 steers, one that Boyd saw duck that I didn't. The other one that runs so hard that he had to throw at. So the cattle were pretty even. Now watch Junior. Around, dip, catch him on the hop, dally, and take the money in the number 2 spot. This is what it's all about, trying and long at the top of the 5-1, 5-3, 5-5, and a 5-6. See you boys in the short round. I want to say thank you to Mrs. Baird's and KHOU Channel 11.
Don't go far. Saddle Bronc Riding is next.
Make the most of your day at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. After the concert, take a fast trip on a wild ride, or relax and enjoy a bird's eye view of NRG Park outside at the carnival. Relax in the Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost Bank and raise your glass with award-winning wines from around the world. Kick up your boots and dance to live music in the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. till midnight. The Hideout, presented by Jim Beam, is designed especially for rodeo fans over 21. So stick around. There's something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Last Saturday was an exciting day of bulls, bareback, and saddle bronc riding, plus barrel racing and steer wrestling at the Rodeo Houston Super Shootout, presented by Crown Royal.
I want to say thank you to Rock and Roll Denim. They're sponsoring our hard-working arena crew. There they are. They're down there in the dirt. They're on the chutes. They do everything, making it all work behind the chutes.
Go to the fan zone. If you're one of the first 90 there, you'll get a Rodeo Houston belt buckle. The fan zone is presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You can get an autograph from a steer racer. You can get your picture taken with rodeo royalty. Athletes, bullfighters, Section 103 and 124, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance.
We have a beautiful audience here inside NRG Stadium. You are witnessing it live as we get ready to crown our champs. It's the Saddle Bronc Riding, brought to you by our friends at Energy Transfer. Last time we crowned our champs, this guy left with a $50,000. Jesse Wright. He was not able to be here with us this year, so we're going to have a brand new one. It could be his nephew Stetson, his nephew Rusty, but they both have to beat a very, very strong field of saddle bronc riders if they want it.
Well, let's start it off with a cousin to Taos Muncie, the two-time world champion bronc rider. Yeah, Taos.
Taos has won this rodeo.
Yeah.
And you're right, Bobby T. Taos was really important to the foundation of Leon Fountain's career.
I agree with that. He's a two-time turquoise circuit champ, top 15 in the world standings currently. Let's go to Wild Cherry. Folks, this is a Calgary Stampede horse. Rusty Wright won the shootout on, and he bucked the same way. Oh, Leon, this kid's on a move, guys. He's on a move.
Well, he's number 11 in the world, and, they won this rodeo on this horse in 2018. Cody DeMoss was 92 on this horse in this pen back in 18. Leon Fountain sets the pace with an 85-point ride.
Let's take a trip to Visalia, California, and Lefty Holman. Lefty's drawn a horse called Business Girl from the Calgary Stampede, another National Finals bucking horse. I love pointing out that he's a right-handed bronc rider named Lefty. Sometimes things just work out that way.
Well, Rocker Steiner's right there beside him to cheer him on. I think that's collusion. That's what Troy Weekly said. Them young guys are all in there together.
They've been 89 points on this horse, Business Girl, twice. Lefty qualified to the National Finals Rodeo back in 2020. It was 86 points to qualify from our second semifinals.
Bob knows the history on Lefty's family. They go back a long way.
5 generations, Grandpa Buck. The great Tommy Steiner, rodeo producer, world champion Bobby Steiner, his grandfather. Sid Steiner, his father. Talking about the guy in the red shirt. Here, Lefty Holman, he's got 3 generations behind him as well. Started with Joe Marvel his grandfather on the other side, Witch Holman. My God, there was a pair of dynasties right there, guys.
So our pickup men will move in to set Lefty down. Trying to beat 85. He will go to number 2, 83 for Lefty. Fellas, with what is to follow, I don't know that 83 is going to be enough.
Well, you know, that's why they play the game, right? That's what they say in other sports. That's why they play the game. So Stetson Ride is the new superstar. Andy talked about him in the opening. He could be the first guy in the history of our Super Series format to leave here as a 2-event champion and leave with more than $100,000. He's just 22 years old. He's been to the national finals 3 times and won 5 world championships. One of them is in this event right here. He was the 2021 world champion saddle bronc rider. He's been the all-around champion, the first guy since Ty Murray to do it in the rough stock events the last 3 years in a row. And he's got a horse called Hired Gun from Pete Carr that Zeke Thurston was 89.5. Zeke's a world champion as well. And he had this horse in San Antonio, was 89.5 points. Stetson is the number 1 ranked saddle bronc rider in the world. Here goes. Looking at 85 and 83. Throw him to the front end, son.
Woohoo! Riding that horse is like staring down a cliffside. Each and every time he tucks his chin and looks down, this gray horse is kicking straight up and down. Does a great job keeping that chin tucked, all to the tune of 87 points.
And that's a great shot of the cliff that you just mentioned, because right at the very edge of it is where he lives in the bronc riding.
All right, Damien, let's show him a little Aussie talent right here. He is in your top 20 at about 18th in the world standings. Las Vegas Vacation from the Zerbe brothers. Lefty Holman, 83.5. You need to add 5 to that. He's trying to do it with a spur ride.
Tell you what, though, this kid's making a believer out of me.
Yes.
Friends, if you want to know how you get points in the bronc riding for the ride, how high up do you throw your feet to the front? And how long do you hold them with your toes turned out? If you could throw them to the front and hold them for a second and a half with your toes turned out, and that's what this guy was doing, but that'll also get you bucked off. You're taking chances with every jump.
Well, speaking of believers, this next young man is one I hadn't seen too many times, but I am now a believer in Sage Newman. Melstone, Montana. We watched him in the wild card be 90 points to advance in one of our toughest performances yet.
He won Fort Madison, the Tri-State Rodeo last year. He won the River City Rodeo in Omaha and went to his first national finals last year, Andy. So he's a handful. NFR horse that they won the first round of the NFR with an 88.
Wyatt Earp for the Zerbe Championship Rodeo Company. Underneath the number 6 man in the world. National Finals bucking horse and a National Finals cowboy.
Guy that Boyd referenced with 88 points is Zeke Thurston, a foot taller than this guy. Got an inseam on his jeans about probably 6 inches longer. I think sometimes being smaller is better unless you ride like Zeke Thurston.
Pretty strong mustache game, too.
Yeah, there's a big story behind that. I wonder how long it's going to last. Just in the bronc riding.
Go ahead.
There's your nod. All right, Sage. You got a new heartthrob, Andy. It's worth it. Look at his toes turned out, out. Woo!
Boy, Robbie T, you pointed out the right thing right there. People don't understand how important it is to turn your toes out for points, but you can't turn your toes out any more than this guy is on this ride. You see how they're going east and west? On the southbound horse, he spurs over the rein.
So we are looking at the opportunity for a re-ride. We haven't gotten a score yet, as our pickup men take care of the horse.
So, yes, we just got informed it was a re-ride. Can you show us that replay of the horse leaving the chute? We'll see if that was part of the reason. If you can, if not, we've moved on. I understand that happens. Talking it over with Rocky Stiegel, one of our judges. He's like, oh, okay, I got to get on him now? Yeah, we got to find out who the top 4 are. There's Binion Serby showing him the horse. Folks, Rusty Wright's got a, there it is right there. When the horse went down to a knee, that means the horse has fallen. This is a rematch from Pendleton. He was 88 points on that horse. By the way, Sage was 87. So Sage was 87 to tie Stetson Wright. He'll want to look at that replay or that re-ride. Rusty just won our super shootout. That is a rematch, and now he's 87 points. We got 3 guys tied at 87, and there's a chance. As a matter of fact, if I was his coach, I would tell Sage, don't take it. I think 87 is fairly safe.
So now we go to Dawson Hay, and we asked him, hey, you made the finals before but got bucked off. How are you feeling tonight?
I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I kind of stubbed my toe the last time I was here in the finals, and this year I'm looking to avenge that a little bit.
Yeah, he wants that revenge after being bucked off at the finals here in Houston. And Sage Newman is going to take his re-ride.
You want to know why?
Why?
It's the gray horse Seamus that Wade Sundell was 88 points on back in his Super Series. So the re-ride is Seamus, a big gray horse from Big Rafter. And so when Sage saw that, he was like, you know what? I might be able to do better than 87.
Everybody that touches that dapple gray horse gets a big check. All right, little Dawson, brother to Logan, the Hay kids from Wildwood. Look at there. There's your toes turned out again. He rode that horse with the greatest of ease. That's why he spiked him so easy as well. That was the Hitman, an NFR bucking horse from the Serbies. It just makes that horse look easy to ride.
He does, and then at the very end of it all, he sticks the landing. I don't know if he's going to get any extra points for it, but he's got enough for the ride. 88 points for Dawson.
Now the 87s are split for second and third. Leon Fountain.
And the second and third tie are 2 brothers.
Yeah, isn't that something? Stetson and Rusty Wright.
Now to the guy that was 92 last night, Wyatt Casper. Got a Pete Carr bucking horse called Larry Culpepper. 12-year-old gelding that is firing at him, and he's firing back. Oh, man. These last 2 rides by Wyatt Casper have been all show. I mean, this horse is a bucker, another national finals horse. We talked about that earlier on. Toes turned out at the front end, big kick out the back. New sheriff in town, 91 points. Casper was 92 last night, 91 today. And man, he's in the zone.
He is guaranteed to advance, Bobby T, with that 91.
Let's go to Leighton Green in a rematch. There was a great mare of Pete Carr's called Riverboat Annie. Has produced a dozen great horses. There's a young 7-year-old gray horse, NFR, of course, of Pete Carr's. This will be Rivers Ghost under Leighton Green. Canada rides and rides well. You know that horse almost fit him. If you could just slow it down about 80%. It's like this horse jumps back under him every time. Any other time we'd have said 85 points, the crowd goes wild. Right now, 87 is on the chopping block.
So just think of this. If Sage Newman hadn't taken the re-ride, he would have been 5th. So it was a smart decision to take the re-ride because on money one, the tiebreaker, he was not going to advance. He hadn't won as much as Stetson and Rusty. Now it's up, Bobby T, to one of the top 20 in the world. This is Mitch Pollack from your hometown of Winnemucca, Nevada.
WINNE. MUCCA. Alpha Dog. Money, 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 money. I don't care what squirrel straps his saddle on this horse, he's going to get a check. College of Southern Idaho, a baseball player, a boxer. Now, Mitchell, reach. Oh,
wow. That horse had one of the best trips we've seen it have in a long time. Usually that's a horse that doesn't have a lot of tricks, just gives you a great opportunity to show off and win money.
Woo. Great mustache, though. I'll give him that.
great family.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So when we go on semifinal placing as the tiebreaker, younger brother Stetson is ahead of older brother Rusty. Stetson finished first in his semifinal. Rusty finished second. So if this guy is 87 points, actually he's got to be 88 because he was on the backside of his semifinal placing.
So he has to be 88 on a horse that they were 89 points on. Was Wade Sundell, the world champion and past Rodeo Houston champion, that was 89 points as a re-ride. So this would be the second time, if he could do it, that somebody was able to win a big check on a re-ride on this gray horse. Seamus, a big rafter. The trip looks the same, and Sage is trying to make the most of it.
This horse normally goes right down the wall. Today he circles back to the right a little bit. Peyton, I love your horse. So do they like him at the pay window. Ladies and gentlemen, where does luck fall into it? And where do you change it to a blessing? 88 points.
That means he's advancing. Rusty is not. But younger brother Stetson has done the first step to a $100,000 day. He is in the top 4 in the Bronc Riding. So you bet. You flick that finger, you flick that ear, you widen those eyes, you nod that head. You lift on the rein if you're Stetson. You throw your feet to the front. You say goodbye to an 87 so you can be 88. But 91 is going to win the day. It's work 8 seconds at a time against a 1,200-pound beast. Their faces tell you the story as Stetson finishes in the top 4, Dawson finishes in the top 2, and Casper is in the 90s for the second consecutive day. Here are your 4 finalists. Casper, Hay, Newman, and Wright. As I said, one step closer to that $100,000 payday. Thank you to Energy Transfer.
Don't miss steer wrestling coming up next.
Hey, rodeo fans, join today's Chick-fil-A Houston Selfie Race. 3 lucky fans will battle it out across Houston, making their way to the finish line right here in NRG Stadium. Here's how to play. Step 1, take a selfie, and here's the best way. Step 2, upload your selfie on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag Rodeo Houston. The race will take place in just a few minutes, so send in your selfies now.
Welcome to the show.
Are you a George Strait fan? I want you to check the screens on how to enter for a chance for you and a friend to win a pair of front row tickets to the final Sunday concert tomorrow featuring King George.
Hey, Leon, look at the video screens. That's the HCA Houston Healthcare Cowboy Camp. It's bringing out the Wild West and you and your friends. And HCA Houston Healthcare will help you bring out your best year-round as one of Houston's area-leading healthcare providers. Nothing wrong with a mustache and a salted pretzel.
How about a beard? You want a beard for him?
No, big guy in blue, he's already got one. And sunglasses and a hat.
Oh, long horns and short horns. Oh, Leon, please, you're begging. Okay, we're going to give you a new hat. Nice hat, cowboy. As we take a look at the audience inside NRG Stadium, they take a look at the big men coming your way next in the steer wrestling. Brought to you by Mattress Firm. California left here the champ. The last time we had a full show, Josh Garner of Live Oak, California. Hunter Keir's got a gold buckle. J.D. Struxness wants one. Jacob Talley has one of the fastest steers of the week. And Will Loomis is a big man that you're going to have to deal with.
Keytown, Louisiana's Jacob Talley finished number 3 in the world last year, throwing one down at a 4-6. 4-6. I mean, he advanced from the wild card with a 4-1. But I don't know. 4-6 is one of those times where you go, maybe, but it just depends on the steers we get, Bobby.
I'm glad you said that, because with reference to the cattle, Jace Melvin's had a couple that weren't worth the darn, man. I mean, they chucked away from him, jerked an inside horn away, dumped him on his butt twice.
I'm sure glad your edit process kicked in at the appropriate time.
Yeah. Jace Melvin, Fort Pierre, South Dakota.
Yeah.
He is having trouble with that inside horn. Such a good guy and such an awesome family.
Yes. Awesome family, good guy. Went to college at Vernon and Tarleton State, but he will not be advancing to the Final Four. Let's go to the oldest steer wrestler you're going to watch today, Hunter Keir, but he might have the youngest heart. This guy's a 5-time NFR qualifier, 2-time world champion, Texas Tech Red Raider, 6 foot, 195, hard-running steer. Do it. 5 flat for Hunter Keir. Going to put him into the number 2 spot. Any predictions? Yeah. Next up is Tucker Allen. We asked him, what do you think about when you ride in the box, Tucker?
I try not to think. If I think, I get in my own way. So I just kind of block everything out and just try to be in the moment. That's what works best for me, at least.
Being in the moment, that's great advice, Tucker. Predictions, I don't think 5 flat will be quick enough. I mean, when you got guys like Tucker Allen, he was 4-4 in the second semifinal. This 22-year-old from Oakview, California, is not scared to try and catch 5 flat. You want to make these guys sweat, you got to dip down in the 4s.
Trying to move that horse up, free him up, now back him in.
At 22 years of age, this would be the biggest win of his career. Painted steer checks up, going to the nose. 5-4. 5-4 for Tucker Allen. And now it's just a game of waiting and seeing.
He's just 22 years old. This guy has won, as you pointed out, this would be his biggest win, but he has won San Angelo and Dodge City. Let's turn to a man who used the wild card to his advantage last night. He's the only guy in the steer wrestling that could become a 2-time Rodeo Houston champ. 5'3" last night in the wild card, Tibby Sperring, who won Rodeo Houston in 2018. 5'3" would put him in the top 3. 4'6" is even better. We now have 4 times that we know need to be beat in order to advance. 5'4", and Tucker Allen will now sweat it out.
I'd sweat it out if you looked up at Will Loomis. Here's what 6'4" and 200+ pounds looks like. Timmy Sparring steps to the back of the box in case Will needs a little help. As they're loading the cattle, he looks down. He's got a world champion with Ty Erickson pushing his steer.
Yeah, but for everybody's wondering why Will isn't turning around and doing his job, well, the reason he's not turning around is because the arena's not clear to bulldog in it yet. Our previous steer wrestling horse was uncaptured, so he is going to stay until the time is right. Then he'll turn his horse around. Come on, Big Will. 250 pounds. Oh, missed the nose. He missed the nose. So had to be faster than 5'4". Look at how animated he is. You don't see that kind of emotion out of Cowboys except at Rodeo Houston. They're usually pretty stoic, but watch this. Left horn down, go to the nose, but slipped it. So now he had to let the steer up and throw him again. 7-5 is on the outside looking in.
Dirk Tavener of Rigby, Idaho now rides in. He's been as quick as 4-4. He did it twice back in his Super Series. Number 15 in the world, trying to beat 5-4. They call it wrestling for a reason.
He had to move his horse. Did you see that, Andy?
He did, and when he got down, the steer kind of throws his head a little bit. 7-8 is too long.
Let's go to the KSU Wildcat from Ramona, Kansas. Tanner Bruner was in Super Series number 1, and he tore it up. He almost swept the series. This 3-time NFR qualifier, 29 years young. He's won 8,000 so far. Since he got to town, would like to add another 50,000 with it. And just like before with Will Loomis, the horse, the previous bulldogging horse, was running around on the north end of the pen. So there's Tucker Allen going to assist Tanner by placing his horse's hind quarter into the corner.
There's your nod, boys. 5-3 or quicker. Clock's rolling. 4-2. Take him to the top. Now 5 flat for Hunter Cure is on the bubble. That was beautiful, Tanner. 4.2, no mistakes made, everything perfect.
So basically you're going to have to be in the 4s now. You're going to have to be in the 4s if you want to advance. Andy, I'm going to turn it over to you because this is your college roommate.
Dustin Merritt of Edmond, Oklahoma. He won Waco. Now owns a construction company trying to live his dream. Oh, no! Bumps into the steer. And Hunter Cure can breathe for one more as Dustin takes a no time for Mr. Merritt.
But Hunter knows what he's looking at when J.D. Struxness rides in the box. The guy that has already won Tucson and San Antonio this year, and look at him, he's applauding for him. He was 4.8 earlier in his Super Series. He needs to be under 5 to advance. If he's not under 5, the 2-time world champion from Texas Tech, Hunter Cure, will advance. Struxness is number 3 in the world, went to college at Northwestern Oklahoma State, and he knows what he's got to do. 4.8 or faster. Ty Erickson is pushing the steer for him.
Just got a check at San Antonio for $21,000.
By the way, this is Boyd versus Patty, too, on our picks.
Yeah, I know. I got the dot on. Here you go. Here, power. He did it again.
Oh, now it's a tiebreaker.
No, Hunter Cure is going to beat him on the tiebreaker. So Struxness ties in the number 4 spot but goes to 5th. Oh, because of how they finished in their semifinals, Struxness will be out. And the world champ, 2-time world champ, Hunter Cure will advance.
Great explanation, Andy. Everybody knows how that works. Hunter Cure was right there to shake his hand as they walk away. There is Hunter Cure again. Hip, hip, reach across. That's when you want to get a hold of the outside horn. Nose down, come up with that roll. Folks, it's 5-1, and that's the pain right there for Mr. Loomis. Everybody had a shot at him today. Hunter Cure, pretty happy man. He gets to go on to the Final 4. Tanner Bruner ripped him in a 4-2. Sparing Tally, and HC. You did good, boys. Thank you to our friends at Mattress Firm.
You won't want to miss the barrel racing action up next.
Make the most of your day at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. After the concert, take a fast trip on a wild ride, or relax and enjoy a bird's eye view of NRG Park outside at the carnival. Relax in the Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost Bank and raise your glass with award-winning wines from around the world. Kick up your boots and dance to live music in the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. till midnight. The Hideout, presented by Jim Beam, is designed especially for rodeo fans over 21. So stick around. There's something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Look at my arena crew down there. Those are the talented folks working the gate chutes, all the equipment. They're all sponsored by Rock and Roll Denim.
Hey, be sure and visit the Fan Zone presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Sections 103 and 124. Experience the new photo interaction at Section 124. Look at all those autographs he's got. Get autographs and photos with your Rodeo Houston favorites. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance Fan Zone. Hey, y'all. You want to share your nachos?
Oh, they sure look good. Look at that hot dog.
Oh, somebody got a belt buckle at the Fan Zone.
Yeah, don't put it in your mouth. It's supposed to go on your belt.
When you're 2 years old, everything goes in your mouth.
Outside NRG Stadium, they're taking in the carnival, and it's one of the biggest and most beautiful carnivals in the world today. Sliding outside, sliding inside to the barrel racing, where they'll slide around 3 barrels and bring you plenty of entertainment. Compliments of SMB engineers and constructors. You'll see her, Nellie Miller. She's trying to go for 3 in a row. Patty talked about that in the opening. She'll have to beat world champions and like Jordan Briggs and Haley Kinsel. It's a tall order, but she's up to it.
Fastest time of the rodeo came from this young lady in the wild card competition. Jimmy Smith of McDade, Texas, threw a 14:43 at us. 2018 Rookie of the Year, a little wide around the first one. Sorrel Horse trying to catch up. Texas A&M grad, last turn. Oh, she'll knock it down. That'll cost the Aggie 5. 20:05 for Jimmy Smith. Probably not going to be quick enough.
Youch.
All right, we haven't set a pace yet. Cassie Mowry, maybe you can do it. Here's the winner at Waco. She's been a past winner at Odessa. Western Texas College at Snyder. They've had cowboys, cowgirls, national champions. 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Get around the corner. Beautiful. Hey, you ready, Texas? I'd like to see her reach for that barrel that way. 1471. All right, guys, we're on the board, penalty free.
Now we turn to the 3-time world champion and the first horse named Sister you'll see today, a Texas A&M graduate and the #1 lady in the world. This is Texas's Haley Kinsel. Around 2 and smooth. Coming off the win in San Antonio, trying to add Houston to her resume. And at 1474, she'll move into the #2 spot.
Let's think about it, Andy. They got to make this run in 10, then again in 4. and they got 2 horses. Which one do they ride?
No, I understand completely. This young lady needs to keep riding the one she's already got. Reigning world champ Jordan Briggs. 2 trips to the national finals rodeo. Her mom a 4-time world champ. Jordan's making a name for herself. She's been as quick as 14:52. She gives the sorrel its head. 14:55. New sheriff, and it's a lady by the name of Jordan.
All right, Emma. Here you go as a Prairie Circuit champion. Just a couple of years ago, she was a rookie. Now, help her? Why not? Wish she'd have got back in line after that third barrel, 14.96.
She qualified from the wild card last night. That slip on that first barrel probably slowed her down a little bit, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the champion of Sykeston, the champion of Deadwood, Molly Otto, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Finished second in the average at the national finals in Las Vegas. 1 to the right, 2 to the left, tight corner, straight line. That's our second barrel. And that 5 seconds basically will cancel anything else you've done. 20:37 with the penalty for Molly Otto.
Now it's Wenda Johnson of Pawhuska, Oklahoma. She has to be quicker than 14.96 to get in the top 4. She's been as quick as 14.91. She'll finish with 2 turns to the right on the Big Bay horse. 2 turns in, a clean third barrel for Wenda. She hustles to get across at a 15.16. That is too long for Wenda J.
So your next barrel racer is trying to make history to become only the 2nd barrel racer since the Super Series was brought to win it 3 years in a row. Nellie Miller, Cottonwood, California, on a horse named Sister, the Blue Roan. The 2017 champion of the world, trying to do it again. 14.67 puts her in the number 2 spot and back into the top 4. She's all but guaranteed to run for her 3rd championship.
The 6th ranked lady in the world standings of the WPRA, Donna K. Rule, Minko, Oklahoma. Okay on 1, okay on 2. Maybe a little bit closer, but don't knock them down. Gets it. No whip, no reins. I'll just take it with a 15-13.
So it's West Texas and Lois Ferguson. She's been as fast as 14.74 to advance from semifinal number 1. She must be faster than that to beat the tiebreaker of Haley Kinzel. The gray horse comes in, finds barrel number 1. She's around it, but a little wide. We have to hustle, Lois. There's turn number 2. Final 1, and it's a Texas cowgirl that needs you to ride with her. 15.29 is too long. Lois is done.
Oh my gosh, guys, look at your scoreboard and look at the names that are on it. This Final 4 in the barrel racing, it is going to get wicked. Oh, yes. Folks, you have to ride the horse. You can help him go faster or you can cause her to run slower. The horse and the rider have to be one, and nobody does it better than Nellie and the Blue Roan named Sister. Jordan Briggs, the champion of the world, is in the number 1 spot. Nellie Miller trying to make history. Cassie Mowry trying to win Houston for a 2nd time. And the 3-time champion of the world, Haley Kinzel, all going to the championship 4 round. Compliments of SMB engineers and constructors.
Hang on tight. We're getting ready to ride some bulls.
Check out the best seats in the house. The chute seats, presented by Hess. You'll find them right behind the bucket chutes.
Don't forget, George Strait fans, check the screens on how to enter for a chance for you and a friend to win a pair of front row tickets for the final Sunday concert featuring King George.
Houston Methodist is the official healthcare provider and proud supporters of your Rodeo Houston sports medicine team. And joining me now, Dr. Kelly Larkin from that sports medicine team. You and this entire team have done a phenomenal job all rodeo. Why don't you tell everybody here what you guys have done for the last 20 days?
So for the last 20 days in the last 12 years, this group of emergency providers, first responders, we've got emergency physicians, we've got chiropractors, we've got paramedics, athletic trainers, therapists, and what we do is we're here at the gates. Our team is sitting right here and watching our rodeo athletes as they perform. And if any of them get hurt or anybody falls off, they're right there and they're ready to just jump on and make sure that they get the best care that they need.
And even when they first walk in the stadium, it's not just about keeping them, or helping them after the injury, but they're taped up here. We're seeing some of the guys back here now all taped up. You guys do that. It's just as much about preventative.
Yeah, I kind of call it our claim to fame. I think that our team here is amazing because what they do behind the scenes is incredible. They do all kinds of therapies. They work to get them in the best shape that they can be so that they ride safe and they're healthy.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Larkin, and thank you, Houston Methodist.
Everybody's having a big time on a Saturday afternoon. We are happy inside in NRG because we're going to ride some bulls. Pretty simple as we say thank you to Whataburger. We look back to Trevor Kastner, one of the all-time greats of the last decade. This is a smoke wagon bull he rode. You're going to meet a couple of calves of his today. Watch out for Parker Bredding. I'm betting with Boyd. Roscoe Jarbo, I'm betting with me. Sage Kimsey, you might as well bet for the world, but Stetson Wright, he could be the offsetter.
Time now to meet your bullfighters. On the left of your screen, that is Chuck Swisher. In the middle, it's Nate Justice. On the right, it's the young gun, Bryce Arito. And last but not least, your Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame barrelman, everybody's friend. Let's hear it for Leon Coffey.
Where's your brush? Oh, there it is. He wants to make sure that camera's clean because Blaine Beatty wants a good shot of this. Rubicon, a Great Lakes Circuit bull from the Survey Championship Rodeo Company, underneath the Great Lakes Circuit champ. Deer Creek, Minnesota is where he calls home. Came out of semifinal 2 based on his money won. Trying to get Rubicon to stand up.
That bull's not that big to start with.
Whoop. One of those poke you in the chest.
All right, there's the knot. Into his hand, going left. Deer Creek, Minnesota, the 22-year-old cowboy. 7 of the 10 bull riders you'll watch in our finals at Houston are in the top 20 in the world. He was one of them at the number 19 spot. But Survey Championship Rodeo's Rubicon deals a blow. Now let's go to Parker Bredding. I talked about him a little bit in the opening. His 87 and his 91-point rides just when he needed them. He also won $191,000 in Las Vegas. He's got Slamwich. This is a young black and white speckled bull from Survey Championship. He is one of only 2 cowboys who could repeat as a Rodeo Houston champion in the bull riding, him and Sage Kimsey. 2018 Rodeo Houston champ. Rides left-handed, the bull enters to the left. Here comes Parker. Come on, Parker. Stay there, Parker. You got it, Parker. Oh, are you kidding me?
It's almost like his hand just pops loose.
It did.
Oh, it made the comment in the middle of the ride. He's on a roll. He is on a roll. And that roll just got away by 29 100ths of a second.
And you can see the frustration from Mr. Bretting. As we go now to Roscoe Jarbo, we ask him, why do you use rosin before you ride?
So the rosin that we put on our rope and on our glove, we warm it up, make it sticky. That way the rosin that we apply to our rope and glove stick to us just as much as we want to stick to it.
That's a very well done explanation.
That rosin will get a little slimy in humidity in southeast Texas. New Plymouth, Idaho, not a big town, but way on the west side.
Got a bull named Moses. Let's part some water. This guy's been hot here. Young black and white spinner. First year on the tour.
Get around there!
Ooh, it's ugly. You see him look up at his glove like, what happened to my hand? Now around. See the upper free body motion? That bull goes to his knees right there. They're gonna give him a re-ride. Good call, judges.
Indeed it was, Bobby T.
From that point on, it got ugly.
Yes,
That's all
sir.
there was to it.
One of the two to advance from the wild card. Clayton Savage did it with an 80-point bull ride. From Banner, Wyoming. He's on a Canadian bucking bull, now owned by the Survey Championship Rodeo, called Alpine's Fertilizer's Torch.
There's a truckload of these bulls that come from the Northland. They're bigger, big bulls compared to a lot of our bulls south. They've been raising bucking bulls in Canada for 40 years and doing an awesome job of it.
This guy had a pretty good August last year. He not only won Loveland, Colorado, but he won Kimmel, Nebraska as well. So 4-year-old bucking bull that never seems to have the same trip.
You'll notice he's pretty well slicked off. He's been in Colorado.
Yeah.
Now in southeast Texas. He doesn't have those 50 below zero mornings. Look at him kick. Look at this bull kick. And look at him ride. Oh, that is try, Clayton. That's a gritty, gritty gentleman at the age of 35.
He sticks it out to the very end. It's an old school looking bucking bull. Stays right in the middle, 81 points, and Savage is on the board. Nicely done, Clayton.
Well, we go from a 35-year-old bull rider. There's Mike Survey on the left of your screen right there, the Pro Rodeo Hall of Famer. Clayton actually worked for Mike on his ranch for many years, so he's happy to see one of his kids do well. Let's turn now to Jeff Askey. He's 34, University of Tennessee at Martin. 4-time NFR qualifier, currently number 11 in the world. He's got the Skinwalker. No, excuse me, he's got the Waymaker. Young bull, tons of talent. Come on, Jeff. We need 3.
We can't call that bull a little flat spinner. That hurt. Now, when you're that much in your lane, little steel on your knees doesn't bother him a bit. For a little bull, it's a spinner. He's got some kick. We got a new leader, 86 points.
But this is where the rubber starts to meet the road. This is one of the 2 that Boyd referenced earlier that could repeat as a Rodeo Houston champion. Sage Kimsey has done it twice in back-to-back years. 7-time champ of the world who's won over $2.5 million. Skinwalker. That is the bull. It's already bucked off Luke Casey Morris here at Rodeo Houston. But this is the #1 man in the world.
His lead has been narrowed in the last 30 days. He needs a big win. And it's working. Owned him. Look at there. Steps off one little bounce, and he's on the back of the chute. There's Cole Reiner to knuckle bump him. Awesome job.
He just makes it look so easy each and every time he does it. Spur him with the outside foot. We'll put him in the top 2. 82 points for Sage. And now he's in the mix.
Well, you got Stetson, Josh, Colton, and Jordan yet to go. 86, 82, 81. See if we can put somebody in that 4th spot. Could it be Stetson Wright here to party? There's your bull. They've already marked him 41 points once.
Well, and we've already advanced him in the saddle bronc ride, and this is his chance at 100,000. Got to get ahead of the paid bull. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Talk to him, Houston. He needs to hear from you. If you're gonna win 100,000, you have to earn it. Lay it all on the line. That's what he does. 90 points for Stetson.
That undoubtedly is the most emotion I have ever seen come out of this young man. His brothers, you know they're going to be there along with Brody Quest to cheer him on. Folks, give it to him one more time. And then you want to talk about Try, Andy. That's his middle name.
I was about to say, it's not over yet. We watched Josh Frost hang on in the wild card, knowing he was one of only 2 guys to make it to the whistle. 70 points was all he had to do in the wild card to advance, but right now it's going to take more than 81 for the number 2 cowboy in the world standings, Josh Frost, on a bull called Assault and Battery.
This bull has only been ridden 1 time in the last 2 years from the Stockyards Rodeo Company. Round, get your right foot, kick it. You're good, Josh, good. Look at the fur fly.
The crazy thing is they keep riding them to this magnitude. That makes you scared of those bottom 2 scores at 82 and 81. Josh knew he had to give a valiant effort if he's going to move on and stick around to get into that final 4. We got a tie at the top. 90 points for Frost.
A lot's going to change the landscape a lot. 2 90s at the top, and 86-82. Sage Kimsey is now on the bubble to be moved out. 2 to go, Colton Fritzland and Jordan Hansen. The Sun Devil, another one of the Stockyards. Yeah, we got 1 reride for Roscoe Jarbo. He'd take Jarber. Come on, Colton.
As long as you get his name right on the check. Colton qualified out of semifinal number 2 with an 89. This bull's only been ridden once. They were 84 and a half. That would be enough to put him in the number 4 spot, but nobody wants to be on the bubble. Colton came back from shoulder surgery. It looks like everything is in, I was gonna say in great order, but then his foot comes loose and Colton will come down. And now, watch, everything was good right here. He was a little loose on the left, but makes a recovery to get back in the middle, but it was the left foot that eventually gets the best of him, and a no score for Colton.
All right, one of the top 15 ranked in the world. 2 times he's been to the Wrangler NFR. And a Canadian champion with a great story behind that. From Amos, Alberta, Jordan Hansen. Now just let me throw this in about the party animal. This bull is unridden. We haven't lost Boyd. Boyd's getting ready for the short round. He'll be in the arena to do the interviews and join with Andy and I. Good setting.
There is Sage Kimsey, 7-time world champ. Smiles and watches as our final 2, Hansen and the reride of Roscoe Jarbo. attempt to unseat him.
When you're number 1 in the world, number 4 on the bubble at Houston, it's not about money, it's about getting to get on another one. Don't anybody quit us. All right, Morty, here we go. It's an open door for Kimsey.
It's open for now as you see Kimsey working his glove, but it'll be a no score for Jordan Hansen. As Roscoe Jarbo will now get his re-ride opportunity.
And Andy?
It is Major Leaguer is going to be the re-ride bull for Roscoe Jarbo.
All right, Roscoe, you saw Sage Kimsey behind the chutes rising in his rope like he plans on being in this Final Four. Jarbo, 4-time national finalist, a little taller than your average bull rider at about 5'10". Idaho man on his second one. Major Leaguer, turn it back into his hand. Free arm beside his ear. Gotta be more than 82. Outside foot goes to work. Now it comes down to what the judges saw and what they write down.
Well, they're gonna mark him 83 points. 1 over Sage Kimsey. Jarbo goes to the short round by 1 point. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 11 bull rides. I hope you enjoyed. That was good watching. Think about tying yourself on the back of one of these farm animals. They got you 20-1, muscle for muscle. They've also got a way of blowing you out of there like that, taking the rope away from your hand. Thank you, Bryce. And then when you're 6.7, then when you're Josh Frost. That's what it's all about. But Stetson, he was 90 along with Josh.
And he will advance. Stetson Wright has a chance at $100,000. Josh Frost, Jeff Askey, and Roscoe Jarbo are all moving on as we say thank you to our sponsor of the bull riding competition. That was all brought to you by Whataburger. Up next, it's the shootout for the Rodeo Houston Championship.
The top cowboys and cowgirls from across North America competed in an invitation-only contest, the Rodeo Houston Super Shootout, North America's champions, presented by Crown Royal. It was the best of the bulls, the broncs, the bulldoggers, and the barrels. With a total purse of $250,000, only one team walked away with a win. And in the end, it was the San Angelo Stock Show and Rodeo who won one of the richest single-day rodeos in the country. The Rodeo Houston Super Shootout, North America's champions, presented by Crown Royal.
Hey, I want you to visit the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. At sections 103 and 124, take a picture with your favorite rodeo star, get an autograph. You're in the right spot, ladies. Them right boys will always sign them for you.
We want you to know that captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. It's another good-looking audience here inside NRG Stadium for our 20th night of rodeo. Yeah, you're not allowed to be on your phone unless you're telling everybody to hurry up and get here.
Oh, she's enjoying her supper. Folks, do you realize that when we're done, well over 2 million people will have come to NRG Park and hundreds of thousands inside the NRG Stadium, all of them making memories you could only make at Rodeo Houston. It's time for the championship round in the tie-down roping. Brought to you by Boot Barn. These are your finalists. We go slowest to fastest and work our way to the $50,000 payday.
We begin with Iowa, Louisiana, and Zach Youngblood. Took an 8 flat to advance him. If I had to gamble, roll any dice, I don't think 8 flat would traditionally win our 50,000, Bobby.
Oh, and 2 guys for 7-9 right behind him. He's got one shot at it right here, and he pitches.
Yeah, you know, we have a good friend who is a 30-year competitor, and he says strange things happen in short goes.
Would his name be Joe Beaver?
Yes, sir. The pressure just ramps it up a notch. Let's go to Tough Cooper, the Tough Cooper. This guy has won everything except Rodeo Houston. 4 world championships, $3 million. He's 32 years old, the son of an 8-time world champion, Bob dubbed the Super Looper. And now it's time for him and Bro to cross Rodeo Houston off their list of things to do.
Get him up, Tough. Come on, come on, come on. 8-3. Somebody's got to get on the board. Now, he's got to sit and watch Milligan and Douch try to whoop him.
Well, and you look back, Tyler Milligan is not only a past Rodeo Houston champion, but he was 7-9 to advance from the 10 round. So Tough gets the opportunity to smile and ride out, but the only thing he can do is watch the final 2 tie-down ropers and hope that his 8-3 is good enough.
Could there be another Houston title in this one, Boyd?
Might be. He's 24 years old, and guys like Tough have been trying to win this rodeo for a dozen years, and he could be on the verge of winning it for the 2nd time in 4 years. Tyler Milligan, Pawhuska, Oklahoma. 19-20 NFR qualifier. 8-3 or faster for the big money. Milligan makes it fit. Down the rope. Too antsy. Nope. That doesn't count. You got to add 10 seconds. Did not give the calf the required head start. Watch the replay. Watch the horse. Watch the rope on the calf. See how the rope is still on the calf when the horse breaks the barrier? Instead of taking the lead by a 10th, he's now 18 and... Uh-oh, they're talking about it. The judges are discussing it.
That is a serious moment. Did it break? Did he break it?
Okay, so it's a judge's decision, and they say he was clean at the barrier. So now watch this again. Let's see. 8.2 is the official time because watch, the rope comes off, the barrier malfunctioned, so it's all good for Milligan. He now goes to the number 1 spot.
By 1/10 of a second. A few moments ago in the long round of 10, John Douch from up at Huntsville was 7-7. Can the big guy do it again?
Reach out there on the roan horse. The catch is good. He lives north of town. Can we cash the biggest check? Folks, that is your neighbor to the north. and a young man that doesn't even know how good he is yet. Let's give it up for 7.7 and John Douch.
That is a wow. What an opportunity in his hometown. Oh, I can't wait to see what he and Boyd are going to have to talk about. Look at this. No mistakes. Perfect. Congratulations, big man. You have worked so hard to get here.
And that's the biggest part of it all. When you watch young people like Douch dedicate themselves to their craft, that 7-7 is going to get him the biggest check of all. Good catch. I mean, comes down to the very last guy to go, and our champion is John Douch, $57,250. Milligan comes so close, followed by the world champion Cooper and Youngblood. Our champion is standing by with Boyd.
John Douch, I can't tell you how many times I dreamed of you being in this spot. Now the dream is true. How many times have you dreamed about it?
You know, since I was a kid, I always dreamed of coming open in Rodeo Houston, and luckily to win first.
You told us in a previous soundbite when we asked about the influence that Joe Beaver had on your life, you said you came to him at a young age and he helped keep you on the straight and narrow. What did you mean by that?
You know, he helped me so much, you know, and the horse I'm riding, he's so great, and Joe let me ride him, and big thanks to Joe.
All right, let's watch you run, John, and you tell us what was on your mind knowing you had to beat that 8-2.
I got a great start, and Joe always told me to keep my calves up and just finish on the ground.
Did you?
I did. I sure did.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. You liked it so much, buddy. Check this out right here. You were pumped up. How does it feel when there's 70,000 people all excited for John?
Man, I was just so happy I wasn't really worried about what's outside.
You know what? They always say good guys finish last. Today, a good guy finished first. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Mr. John Douch.
Congratulations, John, as he is joined by our president, Dr. Chris Bowman, Zane Carruth, First Lady, and Brittany Clark from Rodeo Houston, and our sponsor, Lindsay Chastain, the event managers for Boot Barn. Thank you so much for being there to present that beautiful saddle to our champion of the tie-down roping, John Douch. It was all brought to you by Boot Barn, our tie-down roping sponsor.
Coming up next, it's the Bareback Bronc Riding. Right this very minute, we're just going to load them and buck them, boys. And we say thanks to Chevron as they bring us Will Lowe, Jess Pope, R.C. Lanningham, and Rocker Steiner.
What a matchup this is set to be. As we start with Amarillo, Texas, and Will Lowe on a roan horse called Ain't No Angel. R.C. Lanningham was 87 points on this horse at the National Finals Rodeo. Rocker Steiner, who you're going to see, won the short round at Denver with an 87.5. This roan that has been featured at the National Finals Rodeo is going to be a perfect matchup for Will Lowe.
Right now, as good as Willie's riding, I don't think there's anything that ain't a perfect matchup. If they don't have the record, he'll put an extra spur ride on them. If they're ranking tough to ride, he'll put his 20 years of experience in the binds in his hand. He'll be there. Now, he's not the biggest guy in the bunch. Him and Andy look side by side to each other. Oh, no. Tilden Hooper on the outside with the neck rope. There, now, once you get your hand out of the rigging, that's the right thing to do.
So here's the thing, and Bob and Andy will affirm this. If you're a top 4 horse at Houston in a rough stock event, These are completely undomesticated animals, okay?
Well,
these are not pets that you call to you and scratch their nose and feed them a sugar treat. They have come to do battle with you, and you have come to do battle with them, and they love their job. But just like any competitor, the horse wants to win just as much as the cowboy wants to win. The great horses love to buck a guy off.
Boy, now having to take his hand out of the rigging. No rosin to get back in the rigging. Hang on, Willie. Squeeze! Oh, my. It's pretty.
There is no one alive that can tell you that Will Lowe likes to shoot a layup when the shot counts the most. He lays it all on the line each and every time. A beautiful spur stroke. Everyone else has got to play catch up. 86 points for Will Lowe.
And I can just tell you guys, being down here on the floor with a big loud crowd like this, it's kind of tough to hear the 8-second whistle. So these guys are actually trying to ride these horses for 9 seconds just to make sure that they're past the whistle before they reach down and double grab.
Now it's Garnett, Kansas, and Jess Pope. Jess has drawn a horse called Bay Nation. Chad Rutherford was 88 points on this horse in Waco. For the number 3 man in the world that would love to add to that total. Was 89 points earlier to advance to this 4 round.
Chad Rutherford had this horse in Waco last October, was 88 points.
And we're good at the whistle. All right, the Pope has spoken. The blessings are over. Now let's see what the judges will do. Oh, pretty, pretty. They love this spur ride like we want to talk about it. 89 points. 89.
Well, that moves Will down a spot. Still worth $25,000 if he holds on to second. From Pope, we turn to R.C. Landingham. This 6'1", 155 cowboy. Bob likes to brag about those yellow chaps. Some cowboys consider yellow to be unlucky. Not the case with R.C. What a horse. Good Time Charlie from Pete Carr Pro Rodeo. This is a legendary bucking horse. Been around for 2 decades. Been to the finals 14 times. And suffice it to say, R.C. Landingham had a good time on Good Time Charlie.
Nice horse, Pete Carr. That horse has been to the NFR 2.5 times more than the rider. Hey, put him in second. 87.
So that means that it all comes down to Rocker Steiner, an 18-year-old in his first trip to Rodeo Houston, has to try and ride a world champion bucking horse from Pete Carr Pro Rodeo called Dirty Jacket. Now listen up. When this horse comes out of the chute, he's known for having a big rear before he starts bucking. That rear has thrown a lot of guys down on the ground. Rocker already knows that. He won Odessa and Denver earlier this year. Could he add one of the biggest crown jewels of all at the age of 18 to his trophy case?
Oh my God, he's firing at him again. Oh, that's a cover shot. He's all right, he's all right. You cannot hurt this kid. Houston, did you like it? 88 points. Woo!
I mean, you really have to get down in the weeds if you want to split one from the other. The scores are all only 3 points apart. That's one of the tightest bareback riding competitions you are ever going to see in your life. Wow. A great pen of horses and an even better group of cowboys. As we mix them all together, we told you they were going to have to earn it, Bobby T, and that's exactly what happened in the bareback ride.
Well, Boyd's about to have somebody to look him in the eye. Jess Pope's a pretty good-sized guy. Folks, look at there, $60,500. Life will change. Rocco Steiner, nearly 30. RC, you're good. Will Lowe, I'm so proud of you. Oh, look at that, Willie. It all happened thanks to our friends at Chevron. Here's Boydie.
Thank you, Bobby T. Well, Jess, you just keep piling up wins. I mean, you're now a back-to-back national finals rodeo champion at age 23. Now you win Houston. Where is this on your bucket list?
It was right up there with winning the NFR. You know, growing up, you dream of coming to these big rodeos. 2020 was my first year coming here, and you know, it shut down, and I'm really excited to be back in Houston, and it's pretty stinking awesome.
Hey, so you competed on the collegiate level at Missouri Valley College. What role did your college competition play in preparing you for this?
Well, that's Bareback Rider University. You know, we had 4 guys at the NFR this year that went there, and our region don't get on the best horses, but it teaches you to win on stuff that you're not supposed to win on, and when things are going tough, you just got to battle through it, and that's a big part of rodeoing.
Absolutely. Let's watch you ride, Jess, and you walk us through it.
Man, that horse, that's a good one to ride. I didn't really know what it was coming into it, but it worked out. I'm kind of speechless on it, honestly. But that's fucking horse riding. It's fun.
Well, that was Bay Nation, and you looked a little bit shocked when you saw your score, were you?
Not necessarily shocked, but I mean, this is a really tough group of guys. You know, all 4 of us had a chance to win, and it was good horses. And I mean, I was sweating bullets, you know, but it was fun. I like competing against these guys, and it could have went either way on any of them.
Well, it's official. The champion of Rodeo Houston is Jess Pope. Congratulations, Stallion. Way to go. Right over there.
To the victor go the spoils, as he stands with our president, Dr. Chris Bowman, our first lady, Zane Carruth, and Brittany Clark from Rodeo Houston, and Liz Swarzy, the Vice President of Global Exploration. Thank you, Liz, for being here and giving out that beautiful saddle to our champion, Jess Pope. Thank you to Chevron for sponsoring our bareback riding.
All right, it's team roping time. We're switching into the arena. Now, Mrs. Bears and KHOU, Channel 11, make this happen. Here are the teams coming. Curry Kuchner, Rogers, Smith and Corkle, Driggs and Nogata, and Claytron, Jake Long. This is going to be a roping. They're not waiting to see who's going to set the bar. They're going to make the best run they can, Andy, on every steer.
Curry Kirchner and Austin Rogers will be the first to set that pace. Steer comes out, 2 horns to start, and an empty heel loop. So in no time for our first team. And that leaves the door wide open.
So, and we're not shocked by that, because whenever you're coming back fourth and you know you've got 3 more teams to go, you realize you can't hold back. There's 5 world championships between these 2 cowboys. Clay Smith is a 2-time world champion. Jade Corkle is a 3-time world champion and trying to become the first man to win the Rodeo Houston Super Series for the 3rd time. Corkle has won it with Clay trying. Five in the field.
Oh, he did reach, Boyd. When you get that much rope out at the head end, the heeler's just got to be there. 1 turn. Take it at a 9-3 with a penalty of 5. 9-3, penalty of 5 for only roping one hind foot.
It's the reigning champs of the world, and they will take a no time.
Okay, let's paint this picture. Because now this final team, all they have to do is go make a practice run. A practice run. Be penalty free, just go out and rope the steer like you're in the practice pen, and you're gonna win $50,000 a man. Clay Tryon would win his second Rodeo Houston championship. Jake Long.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Champions do what needs to be done at an opportune time, and that all comes together for Clay Tryon and Jake Long. The position they were in, being the final team, knowing exactly the time they needed. Jake Long's excited. He's going to get a brand new buckle, one he doesn't have in the trophy case. Oh, man, is that awesome. Few bumps in the road in our final round for the team roping, but high fives all around.
Tryon and Long at 109,000. Smith and Corkle at nearly 50. Driggers and Nogetta at 28.5. Kirchner and Rogers 27.5. This is a rich roping, boy. You got thousands of dollars laying in front of you.
I mean, all these guys do is win, right? I mean, Clay is a 19-time NFR qualifier, a 3-time world champion. You won this rodeo before, one time with Jade. How important is the chemistry between the header and the heeler?
Man, it's good. You got to have a good style, and I'm getting older, and he's fast, so I need somebody that can take care of me back there.
So you're saying, but you're not that much older. I mean, you're 42, you're 37, is that right? Yeah, so you got him by 5 years. So are you telling me that he's the speed in the dynamic duo?
Yeah, I've been joking lately about I'm the fast one, he's the slow one, but it's not true. So,
well, good. At least, do you agree with him, Jake?
He must really be happy if he's going to compliment me in front of everybody. So yeah.
Well, absolutely. All right, look, we want to watch you run, and I want Clay to walk us through us because you have the seniority. Here we go.
Well, we got put in a good situation last out, and this is probably what I'm best at, just catching. And I even had to talk him into it before we went because I said, give me a chance to pull him. And you have to catch that 1,000 out of 1,000 times. So we just did what we're supposed to do.
Is there more pressure knowing you don't have to be 4? I mean, is it more pressure knowing all you got to do is just go rope and catch?
Not for me. That's easy.
Oh, that's easy. How about for you?
100% for me. I don't like to think about it. I like reacting.
Well, listen, I want to show you your reaction if we've got it, guys, because at the end of your run, both of y'all were pretty pumped up about actually having won the rodeo. But here it is right here. Check it out. Jake, you're singing to him. That is absolutely awesome. Okay, final. On all the list of things y'all two have won, and you've won so much, where does Rodeo Houston rank?
It's up there for me. I've been here about as many times as you. I started out here in 1998 with my dad and been here every year since, and only won it twice, so that's not a good stat. And he'd never won it, but it's the biggest rodeo we got all year, so, I mean, you got to love it, right?
Well, the top 40 teams invited here, this is not an easy rodeo to win. You got to beat them in your Super Series, then in your semifinal wild card. But, guys, you beat them. You're the champions of Rodeo Houston 2022. Clay Tryon, Jake Long, $100,000 richer as a team.
And they will take home those beautiful saddles as we thank Dr. Chris Bowman, our First Lady, Zane Carruth, and Brittany Clark from Rodeo Houston, along with Tim Geiger, Vice President of Sales from Mrs. Baird's, right behind our team roping champions. Thank you to Mrs. Baird's and KHOU 11 for sponsoring our team roping.
Up next, it's the battle for champions in the Saddle Broncs and in steer wrestling. Hey, look at here. It's time to play the selfie races, sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Pick your 3 favorites. Get ready with a NASA launch. They're up. Where's that bull? He's under the B-Someone Bridge. Get him out of downtown. Head him back this way. Where'd he go? Here he is. Oh, get him out of there. He's going to the carnival. Not good. Now we're back in NRG. Howdy. You're right in the way. There you go. No, I knew they'd catch Howdy. Bull thinks he's safe. No, you're not. There we go. R.L. Smith Jr. Congratulations. You're the Chick-fil-A champion of the day.
Welcome back. You're looking good. Show us your smiles. Give us a wave. Welcome back to NRG Stadium, where the championship round of Rodeo Houston continues with the Saddle Bronc Riding. Brought to you by Energy Transfer. Interesting story in this lineup. Stetson Wright, Sage Newman, Dawson Hay, and Wyatt Casper. Stetson has the horse he set the arena record on in Las Vegas with a 93-point ride.
That horse is Ricky Bobby. His brother won the shootout here at Rodeo Houston in 2019 on this bay horse from the Survey Championship Rodeo Company. If we can keep it all in the family, Stetson could win $100,000, but Ricky Bobby's gonna give it all to Stetson. Stetson's gonna return the favor.
A lot higher they jump and the better you buck, the better the score ought to be. And folks, he's only 5 points off that arena record from Vegas. This is 88 points. Yes, yes, yes.
That's older brother Rusty right there, cheering him on every jump of the 8-second ride. So now, Stetson, trying for a $100,000 day, sets the pace. At 88 points, we go to Mr. Melstone, Montana. Sage Newman. This is a horse that originally came from High-Low, but now belongs to P-Car Pro Rodeo. This is Billy, 12-year-old mare, bucks off 50% of the guys. 50% of the guys that try to ride this horse don't get it done. Let's see if the 24-year-old who went to the NFR last year can get it done on this final Saturday of the 90th anniversary of Rodeo Houston and the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Coming out of the long round with an 88, you'd think he's got it in him. We know the horse is going to give him the opportunity. Now live, reach, attaboy, yes, stacked up, yes. Woo!
That horse almost bucks in the exact same tracks each and every time. Watch, just a couple of jumps out of the chutes and then the horse does not move. The exact same spot over and over again. We're gonna blow the doors off. 93 points.
The first jump was his softest. After that, it got better jump for jump. There's a knuckle bump from the right boys. They're thinking about that 88. Might have just cost him being a $100,000 winner.
Hey,
well, it's not over yet.
Yeah, Stetson could still have a $75,000 day.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. If a 93 is possible, why not a 94? I hate to be greedy, but this guy, he just won the American in Arlington, won $100,000. His dad won this rodeo in 2010. Stetson's dad won this rodeo in 2012. Second generation athletes, Dawson Hay.
The crazy stat is, though, in order to take the lead, he would tie the arena record. World champion bucking horse from the Surveys called Womanizer. And that is why that horse is a world champ. You don't buck Dawson Hay off in 1.5 seconds very often. But a big kick out the back and a move to the left, and the day is done for Mr. Hay.
Dawson, go hang that hat in your dad's house. We'll buy you a new one. It's got a buck off in it, cost you a lot of money.
Let's tip our hat to that world champion bucking horse from the Survey string called Womanizer. Not many men are going to ride that one.
All right, Wyatt Casper. Let's make Miami, Texas proud. Sit down, nod your face. Toma Joe! Oh my God, it's happening again.
Friends, there are times when you look and go, I don't know which one to pick. I mean, the horse bucks up in the air, kicks out the back. Each and every time, Wyatt is able to keep those feet up. He's going to go to the top two. 90 points for Wyatt Casper.
Well, before this started, you might have thought you'd seen it all. Folks, we're in the 90s. We're in the $50,000 checks. Newman at $57,500. Wyatt Casper, half of that. Stetson got another 16. Dawson Hay ends up with $92.50. Boydie, let's talk to that Montana man.
Yeah, let's talk to that Montana man. So let's think about how you got here. Nobody wants to go through the wild card round, right? Nobody. I mean, 12 guys, only 2 advance. You finished second in the wild card to get to here, and now all of a sudden you're standing in the #1 spot. Tell me how that worked.
Yes, sir. First time to Houston here, and yeah, drew some good horses, and it all worked out.
So I saw you last September. You won Fort Madison, Iowa, and then you won the River City Rodeo in Omaha. And doing those 2 things, you qualified for your first National Finals rodeo. What was that experience like, and did it prepare you for today?
Oh, yeah, I feel like I matured quite a bit in the last year, and I feel great. I'm healthy and hope to keep it rolling.
All right, well, you're 23 years old, so let's take a look at you. And I believe this is Billy from Pete Carr, is that right?
Yes, sir. Very good horse. Held my mark out probably longer than I should have, but it felt pretty good. And he stayed in one spot, and it all worked out, I guess.
When a horse stacks up like that, when he's not traveling, and look at your buddies on the back of the chutes cheering for you all the way, what's that mean to you?
Oh, that's what it's all about, you know, having fun and winning big money.
So seriously, though, is it different when a horse stacks up and kind of bucks in one spot versus one that travels? Which one do you prefer?
One that stays in a tight spot like that, yeah, it feels really good underneath himself and a lot of fun.
Well, you're 23 years old. You're going to accomplish a lot in your career, but I don't think many things will be bigger than today. How about you?
No, this is definitely the biggest win. First time to Houston. It's great. I love you, Houston.
Well, we loved watching you win it, Cowboy. 23-year-old Sage Newman from Melstone, Montana, is going to be a first-time Rodeo Houston champ.
Congratulations as we welcome again Dr. Chris Bowman, our president, our First Lady, Miss Zane Carruth and Miss Brittany Clark from Rodeo Houston, and Chris Correa, our Executive Vice President, Human Resources Officer from Energy Transfer, presenting all those prizes to our champ, Sage Newman. Thank you to Energy Transfer for sponsoring our saddle bronc riding.
Big boys are coming your way next. It's time to battle it out in the steer wrestling. Brought to you by Mattress Firm. Who are the 4 boys that are about to battle? World champion Hunter Cure, former Houston champ Stimmy Sparring. Jacob Talley was 4-1 last night, and Tanner Bruner has been on fire. Who wins it all? We're about to find out.
2-time world champ Hunter Cure will kick it off. Texas Tech Red Raider. Guns up man was 5 flat to advance to our championship round. as the ears of the horse go forward. Hunter gets the shot, turns the steer, 4 flat for Hunter. And as I look back, that is his fastest time this year at Rodeo Houston.
It's the first time I've seen him take his hat off, cheer to the fans, a little hot dog. That's one of the most modest, mild-mannered men you'll ever meet. All right, Timmy sparring. Could it be a second shot at winning this, Boyd? He's 2018's champion.
Yeah, and he holds the arena record at San Antonio with a 3-2.
Yeah, buddy.
He'll need to be a 3-9 in this big pen to knock Hunter back a spot. Sparring! No. 2 things went wrong. He's a 1/10 of a second too long to catch the Texas Tech Red Raider, and he broke the barrier.
There's a good look at it. The neck rope still on the steer as he comes across the line, so a 14-1 the total time. We take you to Louisiana. It's Keachai's Jacob Talley. He was 4-1 in the wild card to advance to our championship round. 4-6 earlier today to get in our final 4. As he backs the gray horse in the corner. It's 3-9 if he wants a shot at the 50,000. But he will slip the inside horn, and Louisiana gives way to Texas with a no time.
All right, Tanner Bruner was 4-2 in the long round. Now, Hunter Cure is thinking, listening, knowing that his 4-second flat run is on the line. Can Bruner do it? He and the judges talking it over. Here comes the big T. He's already won $8,000 at Rodeo Houston. A $50,000 check with that. Pay a lot of bills at his house.
Hey, Bob, anything under a 14-1, and he wins another $25,000.
Yes, sir. Here you go. Yeah.
Oh, the steer hangs a leg, or he could have been even quicker. The 4.6 was really good, but it's going to be just a little bit slower than the Red Raider. Watch this. As the steer comes around, watch his back left leg. It does not come all the way out, so it takes an extra half a second. So that means that Bruner is going to go into the number 2 spot, and the 2-time world champ gets his first ever buckle here at Rodeo Houston.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't strap it on. Gonna come out of here with $57,000, Hunter Cure. Oh, Texas Tech, be proud, Tanner Bruner. Jimmy sparring, Jacob Talley. Okay, the modest of all with Boyd right now. Here's Hunter Cure.
So when he comes up, I go, man, you are so awesome. And he goes, I'm old. He's not old. He's 38 years young. You've been to the finals 5 times. You're a 2-time world champion. I mean, you've dominated the sport now for a couple of decades. Where does this win at Rodeo Houston factor?
I've always felt like this has been my unicorn that I was never able to capture. So being able to come here towards the end of my career and get the victory is oh so sweet. I've got my family right up here watching me, and I'm one of the most blessed men around.
You are a very blessed man. There is no doubt about that. And when you say it was your unicorn, you mean you have had many opportunities to stand here before?
Certainly. I think I've won my Super Series about 4 times, advanced to the short round, even the Final 4, but just could never close.
But this year you did. Let's watch you run and you tell us about it. Here we go with the 38-year-old Texas Tech Red Raider.
Well, I want to say more than anything, this Hereford steer is probably a better athlete than I am.
Why do you say the steer is a better athlete than you are? Bobby T pointed out you don't normally tip your hat. You're tipping it to your family?
Yep. pointed right at them. They're just above the scoreboard that was saying 4 flat, and I mean, the scoreboard even shows evidence of how slick I'm getting up top.
You get top. One of the things I remember in 2019 at the NFR, your daughter left you a note in your hat. How much did that mean to you?
Well, she always has some way that she wants to be involved. That night it happened to be she slipped a note in my hat. Today she helped carry the water bucket for the horses into the arena. So I can't thank the city of Houston and all of the committees for all that they do for us. They treat us like champions when we come here, whether we win, lose, or draw, and I appreciate it.
We appreciate athletes like you, buddy. We really do. Ladies and gentlemen, Hunter Kewer has finally captured his unicorn. He is the champion of Rodeo Houston 2022.
And he joins a fine group of folks, including Dr. Chris Bowman, our president, the First Lady Zane Carruth, and Miss Brittany Clark from Rodeo Houston. And from Mattress Firm, the Vice President of Events and Exposition, Zach Busby. Thank you for being here with us. Congratulations again, Hunter, our champion of the steer wrestling, brought to you by Mattress Firm.
All right, get ready for barrel racing, breakaway, and bull riding Final Four. They're all coming up next.
If you're a scholarship recipient, join the Alumni Association, give back to the rodeo, and give back to the city that helped you.
Give back to the show that gave so much to you.
See those busy men and women working the gates and setting up equipment? We want to say thank you to Rock and Roll Denim. They sponsor our hard-working arena crew.
We want to welcome some lucky recipients to our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. They've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats. Thanks to Rodeo Acts of Kindness participants, Oxy,
Another great looking crowd here inside NRG Stadium for our championship.
Welcome back. Glad to have you with us on Championship Saturday at Rodeo Houston. The horse race is up next with the Cowgirls, thanks to SNB. Engineers and constructors. How about world champions? Briggs and Miller and Kinzel. Mowry, a past Rodeo Houston champ. This could get interesting and it will definitely be fast.
All right, we're off and running. What can the great horse Rolo do? 2 runs back to back. It's only been an hour and 5 minutes. 2 perfect. This horse hadn't hit a barrel in a year and a half, and we're going to leave it with that record. Now, Jordan, 14, my Lord, another new record, 14:33.
So now if you want to win the title, you have to throw out the fastest time of the rodeo. Nellie trying to do it for the 3rd time in a row. She gets around barrel number 1 on the blue horse called Sister. 2 turns in. California Cowgirl trying to do it on Texas soil. And she'll knock the barrel over. 1980 will be the total time for Nellie.
That is a heartbreaking moment, Boyd. Here's your Cassie Mowry.
You bet. She's one of these ladies that could repeat as a Rodeo Houston champ. Went to the finals in 2005, 2017. But George Biggs has really set the bar high. In the round to the right-hand turn for Miss Cassie. Move them over to the elemental left. Tight corner, straight lines. Get your eyes on the 3rd. Now head for the house. Yeah. That's her second fastest run of the rodeo, believe it or not, at 14:55. She was 14:53 in her Super Series.
All right, I want to see, yeah, it's the Palomino Mare. Here you go with Haley Kinzel.
Three-time world champion at Texas A&M Aggie, but this is the one title that's eluded her. Former college champ takes the Palomino around the third. Come on, Haley, we got to hustle. Stop it at a 14:80. 14:80 for Haley, but that will not be quick enough. Our championship round proves to be the toughest one of all, Bobby T.
Well, I do believe that Jordan Briggs is going to keep setting new records. 14:33 here today. It's all about Houston and $60,000. Cassie Mowry, good on you at 30. Haley Kinzel gets another 18. Nellie Miller is going to get another 12. Boyd, you've interviewed her mother. Why not start with the next generation?
So I'm standing with the reigning world champion barrel racer, the reigning national finals rodeo champion. And Bob was saying earlier when you were running in your Super Series that we had the good pleasure of watching your mom, who's a 4-time world champion on Bozo, over in the Astrodome. Is Mom watching in any way?
Oh, yeah, she's watching.
Does she ever call you and give you advice?
All the time.
All the time? Do you welcome hearing it, or do you debate with her?
Oh, of course. She's one of the best.
Excellent. So now, one of the things before you won the world title, you'd spent most of your time training horses, going to futurities and derbies. What made you decide to go pro and campaign for a world title?
Rolo.
The horse?
Yeah.
Tell me about your horse.
He's just amazing. He's so consistent and solid, and he loves his job. I can't believe he came and made that run 2 times in a row today for me, and he gets a big break.
He gets to go home. So we did a feature with our social media about barrel racers and their horses. I'd like for you to tell me about his personality.
He bites me for cookies.
He what?
Bites me.
If you don't feed him cookies, he'll bite you.
And I have a 3.5-year-old daughter, and he loves her. And
Has he ever bit her?
no.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
But he just loves his job. He has a great personality. He's super friendly, and I'm just so blessed to have him.
Is there any wild side to him, any crazy side to him at all?
Well, he is a dash to fame, so he has some funny quirks for sure.
What's his funniest quirk?
He has to have a buddy.
Oh, you can't haul him alone.
No, he likes his friend at the trailer when he gets back running to tell him good job.
So what is his buddy? Who do you haul with him?
I'm switching it up at the moment, but any of my fraternity colts.
Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't like a donkey or something.
No.
Let's take a look at your barrel racing run and tell me why you love this horse so much.
Oh, he just gives me his heart every time. He's so solid and consistent. I just have to want it as much as he does. And he just runs to the same spot every time and makes the same run as long as I do my job. And we wanted it really bad today.
We can tell because at 14:33, that was the fastest run of the entire rodeo. Well, Jordan, you are no longer just a world champion, which is by itself a really big deal. You are also the champion of Rodeo Houston in our 90th season. Give your mom a hug for me and Bob. Will you do that? Go ahead and get your saddle, sweetheart. Love to have it.
And with that saddle is our president, Dr. Chris Bowman, our first lady, Zane Carruth, and Miss Brittany Clark from Rodeo Houston. From S&B Engineers and Constructors, it's the chairman, J.D. Slaughter. Thank you so much for being here. That is your champion of the barrel race, Miss Jordan Briggs. She gets that beautiful saddle and buckle. Thank you to S&B Engineers and Constructors for sponsoring our barrel racing.
Okay, guys, we're not done with the Cowgirls. Right now, it's Breakaway roping for the first time ever in our 90-year history, and it's brought to you by Oxy. Here are your 4, Aaron Johnson, Laramie Johnson, J.J. Hampton, and Amanda Coleman. This is going to be fast as well.
All right, Ms. Aaron, This is our queen from Colorado, 3-time WPRA world champion. She's a mother of 3. Finished 5th in the world last year. Whoa. That calf run to the left, she made it fit. Now, folks, it's not going to take long. There you got it, 2.7. Nice job. We've had breakaway roping in rodeo for a long time. It's just become quite sanctioned and popular, Boyd.
Laramie Johnson of Shreveport, Louisiana. If she got out, this could be really good. But she broke the barrier, 12-2 for Laramie Johnson. So Aaron Johnson still holds on to number 1.
Also, Oxy is also the proud sponsor of our Born to Buck tribute. You can visit those beautiful horses, mamas and babies, in the junction just northeast of the Astrodome.
You're about to watch a 17-time world champion, a Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame inductee, even though she's a cowgirl. J.J. Hampton was 3-2 in Super Series 1. She's going to have to be faster than that. With 2-7 sitting on top by Aaron Johnson, the legend from Erath County in Stephenville, Texas. Remember, the time starts when the barrier line breaks. That orange flag on the barrier line, that's when the timers start the time. They stop it when the rope breaks away from the saddle horn. That's why she's got that big green flag on it. Here comes JJ. Nope.
That's right. She's still got a smile on her face, folks. No time for JJ. She knew the farther she went down the pin, she was going to have to reach out and try and make it fit. But it does not go on. So, the second cowgirl that now lives in Stephenville, but she's a Floridian, Amanda Coleman. But we broke the barrier with Amanda as well, so it'll be a 12 flat for Ms. Coleman. 12 flat for Amanda, just a little bit too long.
Well, it comes down to one clean run at a 2-7. I'm going to go back to Aaron Johnson, the first lady out. That's the way it ought to be. Those barriers are a miss. That'll take you totally out of the money. Aaron, 53 plus. Laramie, 23. Amanda Coleman. JJ, good checks. Boyd, what about your lady from Colorado? You bragged on her before.
She hadn't quite made it here yet, Bob. Here, we'll switch sides. Hi, Aaron. How are you? Okay, we're here now, so hi there. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty excited.
I could imagine. So the first ever breakaway roping at Rodeo Houston, and you're going to go down in the history books as the first ever champion. What's that mean to you?
I can't even describe what it means. This is the most awesome thing I've ever been part of. This is the most awesome rodeo I've ever been at.
So, tell us now, because people think breakaway roping is new, but it's not. So tell me about how many rodeos you would go to a year, even though you'd never been to Houston. How many rodeos would you go to?
Normally, I would maybe go to 30 or 40, within my state and the surrounding states. Yeah.
And would any of them come even close to this?
Oh my gosh, no. Nowhere close, no. This is what we dream about I've been doing this for 20 years, and I never even dreamed that we'd be at this rodeo.
Well, you're not only at it, you're going to leave here as a winner. But before we give you all the things that you got coming, well over $50,000 in earnings, Aaron. You were 2-7 in your Super Series to advance to this round. Then you're 2-7 tonight, first to go. Did you think your 2-7 would hold?
I just was hopeful, I guess. I knew those girls were going to gun for it, for that kind of money. 2.7 was a pretty good run in this arena, so I knew that there was a chance.
All right, well, it didn't take long, so let's watch it. We're going to slow it down at half speed, so it'll be about 6 seconds long. Tell us about it.
Well, right here I saw my throw coming, and my horse felt it too, and he said, throw it right here, and he got me just a little bit, and that calf fell left. And by God's grace, that went on right there. God wanted me to win this rodeo.
Absolutely, because there's a little miracle in that right there.
100%. That was all luck right there.
Not luck. That was a blessing, okay? That was a blessing. So we just talked to Jordan about her horse. Very, very, emotionally tied to it. Feel the same way about your horse?
Absolutely. That horse is a blessing. He's amazing. He can run. I mean, a run with most barrel horses. He's a kind of a racehorse, and he likes to run, but it makes a difference at these rodeos where the cattle are way out in front of you.
Especially in a big arena like this, you got to have some speed. Aaron, couldn't happen to a finer young lady. Congratulations. You are the very first breakaway roping champion in Rodeo Houston history. Aaron Johnson. We'll let you walk over to that saddle, grab that buckle.
Well, our presentation is made by Dr. Chris Bowman, our president and CEO, and Mr. Fred Forthuber, president, Oxy Energy Services. Thank you, Fred. Congratulations. All of that was brought to you by Oxy.
All right, y'all, you feeling frisky? Let's go do a little bull riding. Brought to you by Whataburger. Here's your 4 finalists. Roscoe Jarbo, Jeff Askey, Josh Frost, and yes, Stetson Wright, still with a shot at more than 50,000.
All right, we'll pull them down for Roscoe Jarbo. Now, folks, this is the bull called Exodus. Oh, my goodness, what a change. Look at the altitude this bull is gonna get. Woo! Watch him jump. Yo! And then turn back underneath him. Bullfighters, they're back in position.
And Bob, you know that when that hand turns over in that rope, you're tied to that bull. You need the bullfighters to get in there and grab the tail of that rope if you're going to get free. And our 3 bullfighters have done unbelievable duty. See how his hand is turned over in the rope? Now, the only way that knot comes undone is for somebody like Nate Justice to jump up there and grab the tail of that rope and untie it.
He's hollering at him. I got it. Jerk the knot out of it. Good job, Nate Justice. Good job. All right, Jeff Askey. Boyd, this is the bull called Centerfold. This is the bull that Sage Kimsey rode in the 10th round at the NFR. Might be one of the rankest bulls here. Sage won the round, won the title. He's into him. Slip up on him. Pound for pound in this event doesn't make any difference. But age, Jeff Askey's got 5 on most of these kids he's riding against. 4 to go. 1 down. Make you a mark. Left foot. That's not gonna get it.
Leon?
He's just playing.
Oh, that was a neat feeling for free right there. Hey, Leon, how'd you like that, buddy?
Bull got him a little attitude.
Here's the replay. Oh. Rito. Look out, Leon, you're going down.
Welcome
Rita's going, who told him to park that barrel there?
I'm telling you, you got to start taking a little more blood pressure medication there, big guy.
Oh, Lord.
All right, guys. What if Josh Frost could join only two other guys, Casey Field and Court Shear, who have won both the Super Shootout and the Rodeo in the same year? Josh Frost could do that. Only two other men have ever won both the Rodeo and the Super Shootout in the same year. Court Shear in the Bronc Riding, Casey Field in the Bareback Riding. Josh Frost's turn right here.
I don't believe that bull got him that quick. What Boyd is talking about is Stetson Wright was 91.5 points on this bull to get your shootout done. Now, folks, we're somewhat at a point of dilemma. 3 no scores, and the man who could set all-time new records, Stetson Wright, in Yellowstone, the third rankest bull in the world.
But let's do the math, Bob. If he rides this bull, he's the winner. If he doesn't, we load 4 more bulls, and all 4 guys have got to get on another one. So an 8-second ride by Stetson Wright, and he'll put a dagger in. Yellowstone. Turn it back into his hand. Come on, Stetson. You made it, kid. You made it.
All right, judges, where do we put him as you're watching the re-ride? Boyd said stick a dagger in it. He dropped a bucket full of knives all over him. Give old Yellowstone something new to think about. Ladies and gentlemen, 93 points.
I am so proud of you.
Well, we're at $57,000 for Stetson. Roscoe nearly 20. Josh nearly 20. Jeff Askey gets 13. Big numbers right there, boy. Big numbers. What family support does this man have?
And I am standing with the hottest young gun in all of professional rodeo, 22 years old, folks. He's been to the national finals 3 times. You've won 5 world championships. Before we get to Houston and what you did this last 3 weeks here, do you even realize how you're rewriting the record books? I mean, does it sunk in at all?
No, but I do know I'm the luckiest man alive. I mean, I've got Rusty on the back of the chutes tonight that just coached me all the way through, and he had me pumped up.
Had you pumped up? Well, you were pumped up, too, in the Bronc riding because you had the horse that you'd set the arena record on in Las Vegas, and you're living the dream, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm definitely living the dream, and to be in the crowd or an arena with a crowd like this is just insane.
It is insane. Well, I'll tell you who's insane. Stetson Wright is insane. So the first thing we're going to do, this bull does not get ridden very often. He was one of the top 3 bulls at the NFR in 2020. So tell me about Yellowstone, and had you ever been on him?
I'd never been on him. He's one of Shad Smith's, and I've always wanted to get on him. And he's a handful. He wants to jerk the rope out of your hand, and he moves forward and kept snatching my chin, but I just kept trying to keep it down and moving my feet. And I mean, it looks a lot better than it felt. That was hard.
That was hard work. Now I want to show you one more. This is not you riding. This is Rusty coaching. Check it out.
In a crowd like this, Rusty's the only one I can hear. Ryder and him are always there, and that's better than the ride itself. That means more to me than any amount of money or anything.
Well, you know, he liked it too. Let me speak for your dad, Cody, and your mom, Cherie. They could not be more proud of their 4 sons, Statler included. And do you keep in touch with them, and do they keep following you?
Yeah, I've talked to him on the phone about 3 or 4 times since the rodeo started today, in between each ride. So my phone's probably blowing up right now, and I better go call him.
Yeah, well, his dad, by the way, is a champion of Rodeo Houston and a 2-time world champ. Okay, one final question, then I'm going to let you go get your stuff. What are your goals for your career? I mean, like Sage, he wants to beat Donnie Gay's 8 world championships. Are you after Ty Murray, or who are you after?
I'm after Trevor Brazil's all-around record, and I mean, I'm far from it right now, but I mean, each gold buckle, it adds up, so I'll just keep chipping away.
Well, at 22, you're off to a fast start, Stallion. We're so proud that you're a part of our rodeo family. Ladies and gentlemen, Stetson Wright. He's won over $80,000 this week in Houston. Your saddle awaits along with your buckle.
And we say thank you to Dr. Chris Bowman, our president and CEO, along with the vice president of Whataburger. Thank God for them. Mark Brown, thank you, sir, for being a part of our show. All of that brought to you by Whataburger.